KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
State. Sample quotes based on preferred non-smoker. Underwriting and exam required. Call 1-800-908-7636 for details. Paid for by Robert Levenger, insurance agent.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
As we will be talking about the weekend ahead. Lots of stuff going on this weekend. Really looking forward to that. But we are coming to you live from Vegas, and we are here for Summer League, and so will our Sactown Sports crew. We'll be out here in full force. The rest of the crew from the afternoon show, the Drive guys, will be joining me on Monday. They'll be out here. They get out here, I think, on Sunday. They're going to be here all next week. And we can thank the fine folks at Power Business Technology, as will be your eyes and ears for all things going on out here, all things Kings. Power Business Technology, copiers, and printers for your office needs. So we've got a lot to discuss today over the next couple of hours. We will wrap things up at the end of the show. A nice little bow with Friday fun and games, because as you heard, it is Friday. And it's time to get down. So to let you know what's going on the show, we will have all of our regular entities. We'll have leading off coming up in a few minutes. We will look around the diamond of what's going on as we get to our final weekend of Major League Baseball before the All-Star break. We will have a lot of opinions on what happened in day one of Summer League out here, including what's becoming a problem for the Kings, but it's a good problem. We'll discuss that. Had a chance also to watch the game in person before the Kings, which was the number 1 versus number 2 in Summer League, and at least of the draft picks. Peterson versus DeBonsa. Have some strong opinions on that. Again, we're going to make all our assessments after one game. That's completely fair. But we'll recap last night's game. World Cup quarterfinals yesterday. Watched a lot of that between Morocco and Spain. Or Morocco and France, excuse me. And today will be Spain versus Belgium. Yes. And then tomorrow, Chris will be glued to the television for Norway and Erling Haaland versus England. And then we still have Argentina and Switzerland. We'll have streaking. Who's hot, who's not. The high flyer, Henry Turner. He will join us at 9 o'clock. We're giving the Vegas respect time of 9 o'clock. And celebrity birthdays and Friday fun and games. Yeah, Vegas is, it hasn't changed. It's still crazy. It's still hectic. It feels as hectic as always. There's a big MMA match tomorrow night, and I know a lot of people will be checking out that. McGregor is in action. Man, remember when he was kind of at the top of the sports world? But he, I'm sure will get a lot of people checking him out. It is a fantastic, fantastic people watching place. Always has been, always will be. And it continues to be the way. Just a quick story yesterday. Flew in on, finished the show from the studio. Got to the airport. Plenty of time for the flight. No issues. Smooth travel. Everything was great. Was on the plane with the high flyer. So Henry and I were traveling together. We're here in Vegas, along with the Kings and everyone else. And when Henry and I arrived, we put our bags down in our respective rooms and said, let's meet downstairs. We had stayed at the same place a year ago, the Resorts World, the Conrad, the Resorts World. Nice place, great place. And we were trying to figure out where to go to eat. And we had found a year ago this place that sells pizza by the slice. It's great, nice place, easy, perfect little snack to get to go before we headed our way over to the arena to watch a couple games. So when we meet downstairs in the lobby, we, as soon as I see him, seconds later, we run into Mark Jones. And he's like, I'm going to get something to eat. We're like, well, we're going to get something to eat. So we're about to walk and leave the lobby, and we run into the G-Man. So now it's Mark Jones, the G-Man, the high flyer, and myself.
Bump your booty out there, brother.
We are bumping our booties out there. And we, G-Man says, I was on my way to go get a slice of pizza. We ran into him there last year. So it's just perfect. It's meant to be. So we walk over there. Now we're all set on like, perfect. We'll get a slice, maybe two, whatever it is. And, $85 later, whatever the price was going to be, we'll be nourished. We'll be good to go. We'll have about an hour or so. And we would be all out of cash. We'd have about an hour or so, and then we'd be able to make it to the game. So we walk over there. It's attached. It's kind of attached to this courtyard mall kind of thing that's connected to the casino. And when we get there, closed. Not closed down, just closed. And Chris, there's a line, or excuse me, at the front of the line, there's a sign that says, Thursdays we open at, and I want to say it was about maybe almost 2 o'clock, 1:30 or 2. What time do you think they opened?
So your time was 1:30 or 2?
Yeah. So we're Vegas time, current time. I don't even know if it's late lunch. Probably still feels like a lunchtime. It says Thursdays we open at, and then there's a sign there. And it was, like I said, maybe 1:30 or 2.
I'm going to guess 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. So you're thinking pizza for dinner. That makes sense. 10 o'clock. It opens 10 p.m. on Thursdays. Okay. And you're thinking, you open at 10, but that's Vegas, right? So, of course, last night after the game, Henry and I made our way and got a slice over at the pizza place. Bizarre. Just different rules, different ways of life. We were walking around, the casino area, and it was not really that active. You get back after the Kings game, way more activity. And so I said this the other day about doing the morning shows here in Vegas, especially when I used to do it at a casino or at another station in town. You're walking downstairs, carrying your radio equipment or carrying your backpack and whatever you need for the show. And you see people out and about, and you're like, wow, this is interesting. They started their day early. No, they just hadn't finished their day from the night before.
So I think I found your pizza place.
Yeah.
It's closed 3 days out of the week. It's closed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is wild. Then
What's it called?
It is called Mulberry Street Pizzeria.
That's it.
Thursday is 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. So this is just like a weekend spot because it's like 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. Friday and Saturday, but 11 a.m. to 10:30 on Sunday.
Wait, give me those times again.
So last night, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday, it's 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. And then Sunday, it's 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m.
I mean, obviously, and they have no trouble doing business, but those are weird hours, bizarre hours. And like I said, after the game last night, Henry and I got there. Pretty steady line, people sitting, standing, waiting for, you can take a slice to go. It's a nice, I don't know, dinner or snack or whatever it might be. But I want to say only in Vegas. Maybe there's a few other cities like that, but how bizarre is that, Chris? I mean, those are really unique hours.
I'm looking at the prices though, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. So it's expensive. I don't want to minimize the slice. I want to say it was $8, $9. Is that what you're seeing on the site?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like you see the full pie, if you're getting a full pizza, which they're pretty large and the slices are very big, might be like 45. And it's like, well, it's almost worth getting, not that we did, I just got a slice, but a whole pie. But I don't even know what style of, what is it called? Mulberry's what?
Street Pizzeria.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like New York pizza.
Oh, you should have got some hot honey for it.
I almost got that last night. There was a hot honey. It looked like a meat lover's hot honey with hot honey. Almost got that. Are you a fan? I've had hot honey on pizza. It's good. Hot honey's kind of like, I don't know if it's still the hot trend, but that was kind of a thing for a while there.
Yeah. For like a year or two.
Yeah. Still exists, still is good.
They sell Hawaiian Punch. I didn't even know that was still available.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what it says on the menu.
I did not have that. I just had, you know what? It was funny. I didn't even get a drink. I remember thinking that, I probably should have got a water or something. I didn't want to.
You can get one in your room for $25.
Yeah, exactly. I should go. I should make this camera mobile today and survey the room and see what our damage is over there at the whatever the mini bar. They just put that out there on display. And I remember thinking that a couple years ago, staying at a different hotel in Vegas, and I know that mini bar was because I remember looking it up, going, "How much is this water now?" And it's a regular standard bottled water. Maybe even if it's a upscale brand, let's even say. I don't even know if that's true. But it was something like $25. And I remember seeing someone on my floor, someone that was staying at that hotel, don't even know who they were, that if I was judging, which is unfair to do, but that's what I was doing, looked like they had about 7 of alcoholic beverages too many and totally wobbly, walking down the floor of the hotel that I was at, like the room level, and walking almost like side to side from wall to wall, the wall helping them up, and they're drinking one of those bottled waters. And I'm thinking they probably just grabbed one from their room thinking, I need water, which was smart, but they'll also see that bill the next day and go, wait, what? And if they had 2 or 3 of those will add up. Those will add up fast. Did not get to any tables yesterday, so I didn't see what the values would be here. But the problem with, if tonight, there's no Kings game tonight or tomorrow for that matter, they don't play till Sunday. I'm really nervous, Chris, about what the price tag will be on a Friday night, Saturday night in Las Vegas with a fight on the weekend with the NBA in town. Yeah, I think it's going to be absurd. I think there's no chance I find whatever an affordable table is. We were talking about that yesterday, but I don't think I'm finding anything remotely like that today. What do you think the odds are of that?
Yeah, you're screwed.
Unless you want to spend all of the money, which I got to win all of the money first. But that has not happened for me on this trip so far. But we'll explore. We're here for a few days, and we will let you know how those ventures go. I did run into a couple of Kings fans I will say this, and we'll kind of get into this a little more detail as the show continues. But the Clippers, I don't know if this translated on TV, and I'm not sure how much of it they showed, but I'm guessing there were fans from, the Intuit Dome from the wall that they have there that they've kind of made, their famous or now famous couple years in fan base that comes in and just the rowdy group of fans. So the Kings and Clippers game's about to start, and then all of a sudden you just single file. Here comes Clipper fan after Clipper fan after Clipper fan into this little section of about, 6 or 7 rows, pretty down low, close to the Clippers bench. Signage, big heads. They have all this stuff and different Clipper chants. It actually added more fuel to the game, but that was unique. That was definitely unique to see. And Summer League, the first game was crowded. I say the first game that I went to, which was the 1 versus 2. But a good atmosphere. Summer League is no longer that cute little secret. This is there's a lot of people out here. And there were a lot of Kings fans, which was fun to see. And they got to see their squad take care of business yesterday. A little up and down. We'll get into that, like we said. And we'll see how, it was good to see Max back with the team. He did not play yesterday, but I believe is scheduled to play. They kind of deemed it rest yesterday. Great to see Caravan finally play, though his debut was not that impressive. But again, I'll give him more than one game, much like I'm going to try to give all of these guys more than now 3 or 4 games that we've seen some of them since the California Classic. But that's all we can evaluate, right? When you've seen their college work, now you see what they can do in the NBA, and you make your early impressions. And we'll do some of that today as well. So we've got plenty more to get to as we are just getting underway here. But let's keep our own personal streak going. And it is time to lead off.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
That guy's got the best players money can buy. The best players money can buy.
Who is that in reference to? Is that in reference to Steve Ballmer? If you've ever heard of Rewind, a lot of times that is a connection. You just got to connect the dots. You got to be a close listener. By the way, Chris, I forgot to mention this. I think it was a YouTube chatter a couple days ago. They were requesting, and now it's too late, at least for today, unless we did one on the fly. They wanted a Summer League Rewind.
No, it makes it less special if you don't use it for the regular games.
Okay. There you go. I don't set the rules.
Maybe we can think of something special for, maybe we do a combination of all the Summer League games.
Well, and, we're going to put a little pressure on the Kings. They've got to show us that they deserve a rewind.
Yeah. Maybe
if
they get to the finals.
Yep.
We'll have a Summer League Finals rewind.
I'm thinking what you're thinking. They got to prove it. They got to prove that they want it. They got to prove that they deserve it. The regular season, they get it. It's happening. But Summer League, I know you want that, listeners, and we appreciate that. It was an excellent idea. But they got to earn it. And so far, 4 games, if we're counting the California Classic, 4-0. And the funny thing is, had they lost all 4, I'm like, it's Summer League. Doesn't matter. But when they were 4-0, you celebrate it. And yeah, they won yesterday. A little wobbly early on, down. I think they were down by as much as 8, maybe, to the Clippers. Found their footing. Really strong end of the first half. Beginning of the second half. Got a little shaky at the end of the game as well. And we'll hear some audio from the post game and from reaction from the guys. And what's interesting is I did see a clip later of Darius Acuff, and I think we're going to hear that on the post game. I believe it was I know it was ESPN. I think it was George Sedano was doing the interview from ESPN. And Acuff was not happy at all with his performance. And I like that. They won, which he reiterated in his interview, but he talked about his lack of efficiency, and he's had a problem with that. That has been an early trend as far as he's not had that game. Maybe the 3rd game of the California Classic, he came out and was on fire and then kind of hit that lull. And when you're a volume shooter like he appears to be so far, and maybe that's also a little bit more of the circumstances of the roster that he's currently on, because I got to believe if he's around Sabonis and Levine and Monk and Murray and so on and so forth from the regular season, there won't be as many shots for him. He's going to get plenty. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to see him, have the minimal shot attempt night. He's an aggressive offensive player. It's in his DNA. It's going to happen, but maybe that number is trimmed down and maybe you get a little bit more efficient. But I still would like to see him efficient if he does take 20 shots. Can he have that 11 of 20, above 50% night? We haven't seen that yet. We'll give him time. We'll break that game down a little bit more, certainly as the show rolls along. But an early thought on the Kings and Clippers. Let's get to leading off number 2.
Cut number 2.
Here we go again.
Again. The A's. I was saying to begin the week how important I felt this road trip was to wrap up the first half of the Major League Baseball season. And the A's went to Detroit. Not the best team. I thought they had a tough spot to begin when they were facing Detroit or the beginning of the series with Detroit with Tarek Skubal. All right, I'll give them that. Lost that game. Lost the second game. Yesterday mustered up only a run and lost to Detroit 4-1. So that's a sweep. This team is now, after that loss, staring at a 6-game losing streak. 6 games back of the first place Texas Rangers, who are just 1 game above 500. But the A's are now 41-52. Man, here we go again is right. It just keeps sliding away on them. And that's unfortunate because it was going pretty well. And even when it was going better, like I said, it didn't feel like they were playing that great of baseball. Now they're not getting the breaks. Now they're clearly not playing well at all. And they're not having enough guys that are doing the heavy lifting or even starting pitching that's, having a good outing. They were actually playing really pretty well on the road. The home schedule has not been their friend. And now they're pairing that home struggle with the road struggle as they head to Chicago today. But we'll have more on the A's, on baseball, as the show continues. Let's get to number 3.
Cut number 3.
Gilles Messoir, mon le casseur, bon le casseur le chou.
Elle est dérangée avec nous.
Ouais!
France advances to the semifinals of the World Cup with a win yesterday, 2-0 over Morocco. Chris, actually, I don't know if you'll be proud of me. Probably not. I don't think you've ever been proud of me. What am I saying? Have you ever been proud of me, Chris?
Yeah, I'm sure there have been some times.
You can't even think of it. Can you?
When have you been proud of me?
Well, I'm proud of you right now. I'm trying to think. I don't like when you counter my question with a question. Let me see. But I think you would have been proud of me yesterday. I was on the plane, on my phone, watching soccer.
Oh, when you're in something that you couldn't leave, and so your only choice was between 6 channels that the airplane gives you.
Well, facts.
Did you watch all of the game?
What I missed, I didn't keep it on during the, departure off the plane in the Uber, and then, but by the time I got back to, like I said, the hotel, then when we went down and finally ate with missing our pizza spot, we had in this other food equivalent to like a food court, had the TV on, not only on, there was a bunch of TVs in this area, but they had the volume blasting of the match. So we saw the last, 15 minutes of it. It was already 2-0 by the time we got down there. But I would say I watched a majority of it, but in a way where, I've watched much more soccer matches in the World Cup than the way I watched this one, but this was the only one I was able to watch on the plane. So right when it started, I was on it, watched it the whole flight, and watched. Were you watching the match?
I was.
Okay. Can you tell me what was going on? So I didn't have the volume on. I just had it on my phone, which now probably makes you less proud. What was going on with the penalty kick in the first half with Mbappe? I know when he missed, but it seemingly was taking forever. And so when you're not hearing any audio, I didn't have any closed caption on or anything. And it took forever even to take the kick. Then he missed. And then he was like seemingly complaining to the referee. What do you know what was happening?
Well, he said that he was told it was a penalty, so he got set up for the penalty. Then the referee said like, "Oh no, there's no penalty." So then he kind of went away, and then they came back and said like, "No, it is a penalty. So you have to kick it right now." So he said that's what was that messed him up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then he did that run up, and I've seen people do that before. Kind of pause, want to read the goal.
They had to reach out to FIFA to see who FIFA wanted to win.
Oh, and FIFA came back with like, yeah. Make sure France wins this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought when he missed that might be a bigger deal, but it was not. They were the aggressors most of the match. So France advances. They beat Morocco. They are the first team into the semifinals of the World Cup. But we got more World Cup today. We'll get into all those topics, much, much more as the show rolls on. We are coming to you from Las Vegas Summer League. We will have the high flyer, Henry Turner. He'll join us at 9. I think he's about 2 or 3 floors above me, but I think we're still going to have him through the power of technology. And speaking of technology, thanks to our friends at Power Business Technology, there are eyes and ears for all things Summer League, all things Kings out here. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. We need to take a break. We will do that. We'll come back. It's a busy, busy weekend ahead. We'll kind of lay some things out there. We'll just get our show started here. Lots for us to get to. Again, you can reach us on the text line at 916-339-1140, including our first text of the day from the 209. Jason, you got to head off the Strip to Fremont Street to find the more, quote, affordable table limits. The Strip is crazy, especially on the weekends. Got to believe that's true, even though I think Fremont Street has even changed over the years. But compared to the Strip, I'm sure you're right. Thank you for that text. All right, so you can text us. You can join us on the YouTube, watch the show, see me from our location here in Las Vegas. Maybe I'll turn my camera and let you see the view I have. All that is coming up here on the show. Thank you for being with us on this Friday, right here on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Ophelia Young from the KCRA 3 Weather Center on this Friday morning. Warming trend continues in the foothills today with highs in the low 90s. Expect sunny skies and a light afternoon breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here's to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento Rivercats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
That's right. Show rolls on. Chris Verlaud back in our studios in Sacramento. Getting ready for a busy weekend, I'm sure. Chris, what's on your agenda for the weekend?
I do not know yet.
Oh, it's plans to be determined.
I mean, obviously soccer.
Soccer tonight or today. When's the match today?
12.
It's early. It's 12. And then a couple of matches tomorrow. If you were here in Las Vegas, would you take in the UFC?
Oh, no.
Not your thing?
No. And that was the thing that...
Not mine really either.
Dave didn't like me talking about.
About it the last time?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that they pay their fighters well enough.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, then don't watch. And I'm like, I don't. And then...
Yeah. Let's see. What's the main event? I know it's McGregor versus Holloway.
Like, I don't like McGregor to begin with, so I'm not into any of it.
Yeah, his well, unless I'm wrong, and I could very well be, I am not the biggest MMA fan by any means of the show. It's Dave for sure. But Chris, hasn't McGregor, I mean, that his stardom is plummeted, right?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of outside the ring stuff go on for him that isn't cool. So a lot of people aren't fans anymore.
But even when, gosh, how many years ago now was that fight with Mayweather?
Man, that had been like 2017, 2018.
What was it that far ago? Maybe. Wow. Okay. Well, I knew it was a long time ago.
2017.
Is that right?
August 26, 2017.
August, you said?
Yeah. So almost 9 years
into,
ago.
That is crazy. And if I remember right, you hated that fight.
It wasn't that like I hated it. I just knew that it wasn't going to be good, and it wasn't going to be something I was going to spend my money on.
Okay, and I ended up I had a friend that purchased it and said, "Come on over." Like, not that interested. Watched it. I was more interested in it than I thought I would be once I started watching it. Or I will say this: it was probably one of those things that's like movies. If you go in with like zero expectations, or even to the point you're like, I'm probably going to hate this. I didn't, but it was nowhere near like the best thing I've ever seen. I'm not trying to say that. So I think because my expectations were probably at 0, on a 1 to 10, it was a 3 or a 4. But I remember liking it more than I thought I would when I watched it. But again, not a ringing endorsement. So UFC is going on this weekend. That is here in Vegas. I think I do know someone that's going, and someone you know quite well. And that would be Sean Cunningham. I believe he's going.
Dork.
He was telling me that yesterday, that he would be.
He's got a pass for it?
Yeah. I don't think he's attending I don't even know what a ticket for that would go. But yeah, I believe he's got a credential. That makes it a little better, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm with you. I think that would be maybe something compelling to watch in person, but then when you're saying, okay, how much am I gonna have to pay for it? Where are my seats gonna be? No, I'll hear about it. I'll watch it if it's available. I think it's, where was I see that on? Is that Paramount Plus? Yeah, Paramount Plus for that. That's one of the things going on this weekend. The Summer League will be continuing. The Kings won't play again until Sunday. Of course, we'll be out here for that and be following them and try to get to connect with some of the guys here and several Kings personnel and NBA people. We just got in, late yesterday and getting ourselves settled here, but we hopefully will have that for you all of next week, and conversations that you will be definitely want to check out on our social media pages. Like I said, the Drive guys will be out here next week too. They'll be getting a ton of content as well. So we look forward to bringing you a bunch of stuff here from Las Vegas Summer League. That's going on this weekend. The World Cup, we've been talking about that. I mean, I think that's been a pleasant surprise to me, just how many other people. I mean, there were seemingly a lot of people. There were people on the plane watching soccer. I could see that just from, peeping people's tablets or phones or whatever viewing devices they were watching. And then, like I said, it was on many screens in the casino and the hotel here. And it just feels like I know it's lost some of its luster, for myself included, with Team USA bowing out so awfully in that game against Belgium, but it still has drawn a lot of attention. I know yesterday when we talked to Kelly Brothers, our sports business.
Good business.
He is. Their ticket prices were dropping in the U.S., and that made sense because the United States is no longer in it. But that continues this weekend. So it's a loaded weekend. You compare that with, the constant.
And I'm sorry, dropping down to $1,000 isn't like, oh man, how are they going to sell these?
What a bargain. But I think it's the problem where, you had someone you knew that purchased tickets that was able to do quite well for themselves, selling them at one point. What round? That was just in the pool play?
It was the round of 32 in Santa Clara.
Okay.
And I believe with the money that he made from that, he was able to go to Seattle and watch that game.
And fully paid for, fully covered, which is really cool. Smart move there. But imagine if whatever money he made on that first sell, he bought future, like a round later tickets. Like, oh, I want to make sure I have, quarterfinal tickets, and it's going to cost me X at this time. And then they bow out, and you're like, now I need to sell. And you're getting gutted for what you paid for. But I guess that's the game you play. And I don't know when this bubble will burst, Chris, because it feels like we're getting really, really close. But I feel like we've been saying that for a while. And yet, you'll still see sporting events where, not the World Cup, that hasn't taken place yet to my knowledge, but regular sporting events that they're not always full anymore. And I think that is the price point.
Yeah, and the problem is you got, like, how cool is it to see like a completely sold out event? It's just like, oh man, that's so, like, it's one of the things that you want to be there for. And like, you've got these people in charge now that's like, oh, if you have a sellout, that means you're losing money. You're losing money that you could have made.
Right. We obviously could have bumped up our tickets. It's like, no, you know what? You hit a sweet spot. You did fine. You made plenty of money. There's always greed, though.
Especially with all of these events, all of their money is being made by television rights.
Right.
And like, what's worse than like turning on the TV and seeing a sporting event and seeing it like 2/3 occupied?
Right. Right. And you're right. I mean, the biggest amount of revenue teams are making, I mean, they make money from tickets and ticket sales. That's a thing. And, parking and concessions and all the things that sell at a game. But it's, Chris, you're spot on. It's the TV deals. I mean, that's the money.
And that the thing that it pointed out during COVID, when no one was allowed in any of the buildings and people don't really want to talk about, is the teams made money. Now, they didn't make as much money as they could, but they were profitable. They were giving their star players all the money that they were guaranteed when they were expected sold-out crowds. No one was there, and they profited.
Valuable lesson right there, right? I mean, that was one of the things, you're right, that we did learn of kind of the consequences of what we were going through. And anyway, this prices of all these events are just absolutely absurd. They really are. And then you have other things that I don't know what the ticket price now is, and things go up. I get that. I'm not naive to that, but I mean, it feels like the jump has gone higher than the rate of I know what people are making. Let's put it that way. Tahoe, the celebrity tournament, that's always been a fun event to get up to watch, to get close to celebrities. But also, I'm sure that ticket price has gone up. But that's still a fun event. That's going on this weekend. I mentioned it being the last weekend of Major League Baseball, as that's going on in a steady rate that continues. So you got golf. By the way, Zach LaVine's in the celebrity tournament. See how he does up there. NBA Summer League, World Cup, UFC.
It is bad that for a dream foursome we didn't have Zach LaVine in it.
None of us mentioned him, huh? None of us. Well, I was picking yours. You were picking mine. Maybe we'll have to pick ours officially together of what you would have. Do we ever zero in on that for sure? But maybe we'll do that.
There's like a lot of people that I liked before that aren't there. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously things happen, but usually once you get invited, barring something, you get to stay on that list. But yeah, maybe other obligations are there. But we'll look into that too before we wrap up this Friday edition of the show. When we come back, though, we will take a look at what the Giants finally did, something that nobody had done yet this year. We'll explain what that is. The A's struggles continue. We'll go around the diamond before we really dive into what's going on out here in Las Vegas with Summer League. And we'll do a little projecting ahead with the start of the regular season just a few months away. Who might be that opening day starting lineup? Some guys are making themselves known here in the Summer League. We'll talk about that coming up in 3 from Madness, but more straight ahead right here on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
For 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
When your round is going bad, it seems like nothing works. So the So-So Golfer offers 6 tips to save the bad round. First, forget about working on swing mechanics. That creates headworms. Second, tee off with what's working. If your driver isn't working, use a club that does. A 7-iron in the fairway is better than a lost ball. Third, play shots you know how to play. If your second shot looks like a big fade around a tree in the fairway and you just never practice that shot, leave it alone. Take your medicine and hit it back in the fairway. Don't overcomplicate the task at hand. If a simple bump and run will get your ball to the flag, don't try a flop shot that might only catch your buddy in the teeth. And don't give up. It's okay to get upset after a bad shot, but Tiger Woods gives himself 10 paces to vent, and then it's done. Good advice there. And most of all, have fun. It's a game. Remember, you'll have lots of time on the range to work out all those shot frustrations you find on the course. Smile, tip your hat, and get on to the next shot. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
I'm rolling along. Drive guys will be out here next week, all week long. Whitey and Alan, and digital team or crew of Frankie, Brendan, Chris Watkins. Do we have a drop for Watkins?
I used to.
Oh, what? Did he not like it? Did you just edit it out, or?
No, he doesn't really come on with us anymore.
That's true. Why is that? Why is that, Chris? Why is that? We continue on here. The high flyer, Henry Turner. He was out here watching the game last night with me as well, and a lot of other people are out here. We'll try to get them on as the next week rolls along. But Henry's going to join us at 9:00. I know he's impressed with a very, very specific person. We'll be discussing that in the show and with him. But he's going to join us live here from Vegas at 9:00. I did want to get to this text from the text line, 339-1140. McGregor hasn't fought in 5 years in the UFC, and Chris calling it a ring instead of an octagon is criminal. I don't remember you calling it a ring. Maybe that was when
I called it a ring. I don't care.
Okay. So it's not criminal. Take that to
because people say off the field problems when they talk about like basketball players or hockey players or whatever.
It's like, I mean, do we get into we can all get into the minutia sometimes if you're like on the field, on the court, it's the pitch, the kit, and like there's certain things that are said, but we get it. We understand. But the fact that he hasn't fought in that long, just I don't know if that makes him more of a draw or if he's to me, it feels like it's been less. But again, I do not remotely even come close to consider myself an expert in that field. So we'll see how it does. I'm sure there'll be some eyes on it, and we'll react to it come next week. As far as baseball goes, a few thoughts here before we get into our real heavy NBA discussion, because we got a lot to discuss about whether it was the 1 versus 2 matchup yesterday and Dabonsa and Peterson. Certainly the Kings impressions as they looked pretty good again yesterday. Still some things to work on for sure, but this is a team that was here a year ago that made it to the finals of the Summer League. They, along with Portland, I believe it is, have won 2 Summer League titles. I know in the grand scheme of things that ultimately doesn't mean a lot, but they're out here competing in this squad when you're, trying to do all the things that Scott Perry and this organization is trying to get to. And that's that culture building. Winning does help that, but this is the younger group, the next batch of Kings that, whether it was last year's class or now this year's, if you can start to put that together, and as you sort out which veterans pair well with them, and then you find your lanes of, all right, where's the real improvement going and how do you build that? That's kind of what Scott Perry is evaluating, and he's definitely taken a patient route, which I appreciate. I know fans, myself included, though, want to win now. I do, but I don't really think there are shortcuts, or shortcuts shouldn't be taken, especially for where they are. They're not. It's a fine line when you say, I don't think there's that large of a difference, honestly, from the best team to the worst team. But yet that difference can feel like a mile at times because, with the consistency of what the Thunder have done for the last couple of years. I know they didn't win the championship, but it's those winning habits, and to have the depth and to have the, just multiple players playing at a level that they expect. That's what's built that great, great team. The Kings do not have that. Now, there are moments when they can look like that, right? All NBA, there's so much talent across the league, but winning on a consistent basis is difficult to do. The Kings have obviously proven that. They've done most of that on their own power, made, self-inflicting wounds along the way as far as decisions. But that's what they're trying to correct. And it's been a long, long process, believe me. But baseball, wanted to get into a few things before we get into the next hour and some of those other topics of conversation. Yesterday, we mentioned it a little bit earlier that the A's fell again. 4-1 was the final in Detroit. And is that me? You, Chris? Or is that me? That's probably me. Sorry. Oh, I was hearing something in my ear. Sorry. That was my own. I was hearing a Liberty Bibberty commercial. So that was me. My bad. Tigers win 4-1. So you guys are probably going, what is he talking about? I'm hearing voices, but I was. Tigers win 4-1. Only 5 hits for the A's in this one. And they just, again, it's the totality of where they're struggling. Pitching, bullpen, now offense. It's a completely different looking team. Geloff got hurt in this game as well. They already have injuries to Rooker for the season. It's been a season that's had injuries. It's been a season that's had disappointment, underachieving. And for a good while, they were leading. It was a great story. And now it's just feel like reality is hitting. And what's really, really, truly bumming me out as someone that's gone to A's games, that's become a fan of them, that's rooting for them, is I was really hoping in their years here in Sacramento, which I believe is going to be just 3. I was hopeful for 4, but we're now in year 2. Year 1 didn't go well. Year 2, there were some expectations this year, and there was a chunk of time where they were in first. I was like, man, imagine if they were to win the division, to host a playoff series. How great would that be? And that's looking like that's not going to happen. And if they truly do have a lockout, which will be awful for the sport, maybe you miss out on either some or all of the third year, and then the team is gone. And by the way, I might do this, or maybe when the digital guys are all here, it might be worth taking a trip over to the stadium, because it's moving. It's moving pretty quickly. I said this the other day being out here to Summer League, and I don't know how many years in a row, but a couple years ago, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really see any movement. Tropicana's still there. Boom. Then the Tropicana is leveled. Last year, you're starting to see some of the framework. Now it's far advanced. It's happening. And you can just see it all taking shape. And so they are ahead of schedule. And that's why I point out, if by chance the A's don't play next year because of a lockout in year 3 and they settle something, that 4th year that was maybe going to be in Sacramento, I think it'll be ready here. I think they'll be playing here. And all the while, Sacramento will still be in its pursuit of an expansion team. But, man, missed opportunity there for the A's, at least this year at the moment, unless they restore order. But it sure feels like it's just spiraling very, very quickly on them. It's been spiraling for a while on the San Francisco Giants. As they won yesterday, though, they beat the Rockies, the only other team that's down there with them. But they got the victory 8-2 over the Rockies. And Bryce Eldridge homered. He, if I'm not mistaken, where was that? He became the first Giant this season for a splash hit to hit one into McCovey Cove. Won his home run and tied the game 2-2 in the 4th. Remember when that was just a regular thing? Bonds would do it all the time. And we're this far into the season. It was July 9th when it happened that the Giants got their first splash hit. Yeah, it's been that kind of year. As far as some other baseball notes, I was talking about it yesterday a bit with the revamped rules to home run derby. Looks like Bryce Harper is going to participate. He has won the derby before, if I'm not mistaken. And he is going to participate. And that makes sense. It's in Philadelphia. Get him out there in front of the home fans and see if he can hit some bombs, hit some dingers. And that's what Bryce Harper will try to do for the representing the Philadelphia Phillies in the home run derby. All right, first hour is complete here of the show. Coming up in the next hour, we talk about the 1 versus 2 matchup at Summer League, what we saw yesterday. Early impressions on a Sacramento King that is making some serious noise. And when we come back, we have 3 for Madness, 3 questions, 3 answers, including what would be your starting lineup for the Sacramento Kings when the season begins. We'll discuss that next on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah. Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Awkward time to ask this, but hey, did you download the trail map?
Yeah, no, I don't need to.
I don't understand. You're trusting your signal out here?
Well, I'm trusting T-Mobile. They have the best network. And if we end up in bum-tots nowhere, well, we've got T-Satellite for backup.
Whoa, I don't trust my carrier that much.
We'll just use your phone as a flashlight.
With America's best network and T-Satellite, we're keeping you connected in places you never thought possible. And if you switch today, you get free phones for $0 down and only $25 a month per line for 4 lines. Find out more at T-Mobile.com or visit your local store.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data to age 2025 with 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials. For well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 connection charge per line. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement example $299.99 Moto Edge 5G required. T-Satellite available with compatible device in most outdoor areas in the U.S. where you can see the sky. Included with experience beyond or $10 a month. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Visit T-Mobile.com.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
It is Christmas in July with the Sacramento River Cats. Join us on Saturday, July 25th at Sutter Health Park for holiday fun, summertime baseball, and a festive night you won't forget. Celebrate the season early. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Way here from Las Vegas. And again, we're so happy to be here. Our thanks to the great folks at Power Business Technology. All right, your eyes and ears for all things Kings and Summer League while we're out here. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. I'm here through midweek next week. The Drive guys will be here all of next week. We're going to just have a ton of content for you out here. Really look forward to that. Checking out all our social pages, SactownSports.com. Follow us on Twitter or X, on Instagram, and you'll just get a lot of stuff, a lot of content out here. And Kings got their first taste of action yesterday. We're going to get into that game coming up. We got 3 for Madness, 3 questions. But Chris, I got a bonus question for you. I wanted to ask you, I was just thinking during the break, got up here from my location here in the hotel room, and I went ahead and made my bed. When you're in a hotel, are you, it's like for a couple days, do you make your bed?
No.
Do you have maid service? Like, they come by. If
it depends.
Do not disturb. How does it depend?
It depends on if I want someone in my room or not.
I guess I'm generally a do not disturb. I don't mind if someone comes in, but for this situation, I don't know what, Vegas is weird. I don't know what time, honestly, they would come by. Generally in a hotel, what do you find that, cleaning services are 10 to 2 or 3?
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
thinking.
know. And so for me, one, if it's earlier, the show's going on, and I don't really want that. So I put the do not disturb little, door hang thing on the outside. But after that, it's just a weird time. You might get, hey, there's a few hours before the next Kings event or the next game. I'm going to just try to get an hour power nap. And so I will probably be more of a do not disturb here. But other hotels, if I'm out for the day, it's like, yeah, come on in if you'd like to clean it. I don't know. Also, sometimes I don't mind making it easier for them. It's like, yeah, if I'm here for 2 days, I don't really make it that messy. Just have you come in at the end, get it ready for the next person. But I didn't know. I didn't know if you were, that's kind of right. It depends if I want someone in my room or not. And I can only imagine, think about that. I'm sure people that have cleaned hotels, my gosh, some of the stories they may have. That one, I'm sure they've got a tale to tell or two. All right, question number 1 from 3 for Madness.
Looking ahead to the start of the 2026-2027 season, Who do you see as the Sacramento Kings starting lineup?
Okay, we were discussing this a little bit amongst the media, and even I told you we ended up having a little power lunch yesterday with the G-Man, the High Flyer, and Mark Jones. We were all together, and I think the consensus was this, and let's see if you guys agree. Domantas Sabonis will most likely be a starter. Zach LaVine will most likely be a starter. Keegan Murray will most likely be a starter, though the feeling now is turning a bit on Keegan. Everybody likes Keegan, but it's, last year was a major setback for him in multiple ways. Obviously, the injury curtailed what we don't really know what his season would have been, but that was ready to be a season where he really needed to launch and go, and didn't happen because of the injury. But even the small sample size, it wasn't like this was a player that was either ready to take that jump where you go, all right, he can really be considered a next significant piece to a team, or is he just another NBA guy? And I would say there are people like that. I don't think Keegan wants to be that. I don't think the organization wants him to be that, but that's the road it's a little bit going down. So he's the one that has to change that. But we believe I think universally felt like that's going to be his position to start. So if you have that as the backdrop of Sabonis, Murray, and LaVine starting, I think everybody believes Acuff will start. So now what? Who's the fifth starter? I mean, and if anybody disagrees with that, now you might think someone else should, but I think it's Acuff, LaVine, Domas, and Murray. I see Caleb here on the YouTube chat saying it should be Precious. That's definitely an angle as the starting four. The other part about that is in the signing of Precious Achiuwa to come back, was there any kind of wink, wink, nod, nod, like, hey, I will come back, but I kind of want that starting spot, or is that a promise spot? I don't know if they would do that, but maybe that's been done before. There's situations like that. Yeah, I see everybody likes Keegan, ? He's been worthless for 3 entire seasons. All right, that's a bit harsh. I don't agree with that. But I understand that they need more. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. So Acuff for sure, LaVine for sure. Now let's start with that part. I think that's going to be a tremendous offensive backcourt. I will say last night, by the way, in the game, not pretending to say I'm signing up for Darius Acuff Jr. for an all defensive team by any means, but he was way more active, aggressive, and impactful defensively than any of the games that I remember in the California Classic. So again, small sample size, not trying to say they've got something as a defender there. They got something as an offensive player, but he made a few more plays, steals, active, that kind of thing. So, but if we're going under the assumption, and I am, that Acuff and LaVine start and Sabonis, that is not a strong defensive team at all. At all. So with that, if you're going Precious and Murray, that helps. That helps defensively. And again, let's do the caveat starting, how important is starting. It's probably more of an ego thing and a label thing. It's been a, starter since his entire career or on this team for this long. It's a minute deal. Like, how many minutes do you really play? But when you start, you generally have a chance to play more minutes. You start the game, you usually start the second half, close quarter. Like, it just lends itself to more minutes. So I think you're looking at Sabonis, you're looking at Murray, you're looking at Acuff, and you're looking at LaVine. So there's some flaws in that lineup. The part with Murray that I like, if Precious starts, then Keegan's playing the 3. I think that's his better position. You could argue, and some have, that Sabonis really should be playing the 4. I don't think he likes playing the 4. Then who's playing your 5? Can you play Max there? Is that too much of a duplication? Could you have Cardwell there, which is completely different? Their defensive metrics are so much better when Cardwell's on the floor, whether it's Summer League or with the Kings regular season team. But is he too unpolished offensively and too much of an offense, not liability, but just, well, yeah, a liability. He's a cleanup guy. He's a putback guy, which there's some merit to that. And maybe you have enough scoring with the other guys. So I think there's there's some roads that Doug Christie can go down here, but maybe for fit, as A.A. Ron says, feels like Precious is needed to start with that lineup. And that might be right. Maybe it is. Maybe it's Precious Achiuwa with Sabonis, with Murray, with Acuff, and with Levine. There are some, could you do something just completely different and put, and I don't know if any of those other guys that I'm mentioning would come off of it. Could you go Murray and Hunter? We really didn't get a chance to see a lot of DeAndre Hunter. You'd have two pretty lengthy wings in Hunter and Murray. I don't know that either one's truly a 4. But would that be a lineup that you could start? So I think there's some wrinkles here. I would feel really strongly that it's Levine and Acuff in the backcourt. But the rest of it with Sabonis and Murray, is it Sabonis, Precious, and Murray? Is it Murray, Hunter, and Sabonis? This is something they're going to have to sort out. And I think you can have different kind of looking lineups the way it's constructed like that. So let us know what you think. 916-339-1140. Certainly on the YouTube chat, people are weighing in there. Someone, MC, likes the thought of Precious, Cardwell, and Mobile on the court together, even though he says LOL. There's some different defensive looks that this team can do, which they have not had that at all. Text line says put Max at the 5, Sabonis at the 4. Again, I don't know, and you can't do it entirely this way, but you have to also listen to your players a little bit. And this is where the struggle would be to be a head coach. I don't believe that Sabonis likes playing the 4. I know when he was in Indiana, like I always heard this phrase, like, when it was Turner and Sabonis, that didn't work. I push back on that. They made the playoffs. I mean, they didn't win a championship, but I think, getting Sabonis with someone that can stretch the floor, I don't think is a bad idea. You try to get his ability to control some of the inside, his physical nature, his rebounding with another big that could help with some of the rebounds, some of the defense, and certainly stretching the floor. I don't think that's entirely a bad thought at all. We're getting more thoughts on Domas, Precious, Keegan, Neek. Oh, Neek and Acuff. So that one's Levine on the bench. I don't see that one happening, 916, but they have options. I don't know if they're all the best options, but they got to sort that out. And again, I think it's really, really important to get to the identifying of roles. This is what the expectations are. And in my years of covering the NBA, I personally think, my personal opinion, is the best teams. Now I'm going to go on the health premise. So as long as your roster is healthy, if you have identified your starting 5 and you can probably identify your first 3 to 4 guys off the bench and they have a rough idea of when they come in, it's like, hey, you're going to get the point guard at roughly the 6-minute mark of every first quarter. This is when you come in. I can't tell you how valuable I think that is for just the mental approach. I just couldn't imagine being a bench player that was going to the arena every night. And I know the phrase is you got to be a pro, you got to stay ready. And that's all true. But imagine if you are on a team and you're the 8th man. And what the 8th man means is, generally you're the 3rd one coming off the bench, but some nights maybe you're the first one because of a foul situation, because of just a gut feeling. Or also the 8th man, maybe tonight's not your night. Gut feeling as well. That's not a matchup we like you for. You're not going to play. If that's all communicated beforehand, easier to take. And then if on a pinch, oh man, we didn't think you were going to play today, but now we need you. That's a little jarring, but okay, you have to deal with it because things change. But if there's an open communication and it's like, hey, look, you're the starting center, Domantas Sabonis, but Max Reynaud, we know you are going to play. We're going to try to get you around the 18 to 22 minutes a night. And unless there's foul trouble, you're coming in under the first timeout, at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. You'll probably get run till about the 2-minute mark, 1-minute mark of the first quarter. Like, you're just mentally getting yourself ready. And if that stays as consistent as possible, I think you get the most consistent results from your starter and your backup. That's what it's never foolproof. But when you're trying to do this for 82 games, trying to build a winner, I think if you look at the teams that win roles are defined. Obviously, they have good players, and the good players play well, but then the role players play well. And I think the Kings have been, amongst other teams, but the Kings specifically have been guilty of their worst seasons. That just hasn't been defined. Now, last year was a complete and utter mess because of injuries. I mean, it just was too much of a high volume of impactful players that got hurt. It wasn't allowing them to do that. But if you even look at the end of the year, that became established more because now the young guys knew what their role would be. They knew they would start or get a high volume of minutes, and we saw better production. So I think that's something that this team needs to strive to get. All right, question 2 and 3 for Madness.
Question 2.
Jason.
Yes.
You are currently in Las Vegas, which is known for gambling. Currently, Charles Barkley has the longest odds to win the American Century Championship. Would this be a bet worth taking?
Well, on the definition of bets worth taking, I would say it is. I think you're throwing your money away because you're trying to win. I mean, to me, if you're a gambler, and, there's different schools of thought on how to do this, but if you're betting on the favorite, and I don't even know who the favorite is, probably some of the regulars up there, John Smoltz, Tony Romo, Steph Curry, whatever, some hockey player. Their odds of winning are much higher. Their odds of betting on them and you winning a significant amount of money are pretty low because they're favored. So Barkley won't win this. He's done better the last couple of years, but it's like betting on the longest shot in sports in a season. The Kings will be one of the worst odds to win a championship. If you're trying to win significant amount of money, that would be one that would be a bet worth taking, but you also have to be comfortable with if the bet is $1, $10, $20, whatever you're comfortable enough losing, pretty much resign yourself to the fact that money is going to be gone, but a pleasant surprise if they come through. Do you know what the longest shot bet is that you've ever won, Chris, or is there one?
I can't think of one.
Yeah, I've never really done the futures bets or whatever those are. I know people do Kings over under wins or predicting the Texans to win the Super Bowl or whatever it might be, and you do that ahead of the season because you'll see people like on Twitter post their, I picked the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, last December, and then a year later when they win it and they get X amount of dollars. Those are cool. Those are fine.
I want to say there was one I kind of got screwed out of because I went to the sports book and it just closed, and Manchester United just changed their manager, and I want to say it would have been I can't remember what the odds are, but I know I would have won $400 if I would have got the bet. Oh, wow. So I set my alarm, but I put it for PM instead of AM. So I woke up. I was so upset because that was the one I called.
I have a question for you or anyone else out there that if Chris doesn't know the answer to, this might be the dumbest thing I've ever asked, but I don't know how this would work. So let's just say today I went to a sports book here and put down, doesn't even matter the amount of money, let's pick a team. The Raiders will win the Super Bowl. Put $10 down, get the ticket. And if it happens, do I have to come back here to the place you bet it and claim that? How does that work?
Well, a lot of the places have apps now, which is something I would just suggest that you do it that way. Or if you get a ticket, there's usually something on the back. I can't remember what I bet on, but I won it. And you basically mail in your ticket to the sports book, and then they send you a check with your winnings.
Okay, so how does the app work?
Well, you've had FanDuel and stuff like that before, right?
Oh, yeah, so same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. The only thing is to cash out, you need to be in the state that you made the bet.
Okay, so there is a catch. Okay.
So for you, if you're planning on being out of the state, then make sure to get the ticket.
Gotcha. Wait, you need to be in the state that you made the bet. So if you were in California, you just need to be in California. If you're in New Jersey or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but since you're in Nevada.
Right, yeah. I mean, that was just my example.
So the way that you could do it is if you get the app, you make the bet, and then when you win the bet, you could drive up to Reno, Get on the app and cash it out.
And collect. I think the only time I remember, again, it's just back to another Summer League story. I can't believe this is how long ago it was.
Oh, you know what I did? Halfway through the Kings season during the Beam Team, I bet that they would win the Pacific.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got that. What would that pay out? Do you remember?
I want to say it was like 10-1.
Okay.
But I only put no, it wasn't 10-1. It's 5-1. And I put $5 on it. So I got no, $10, $5, $10. And it was, I got $50.
Okay. But you just had to wait on that to see. Yeah. The only time, so I remember this is going to be, that's this long ago. So it was 2010. The Giants had yet to
pay my taxes.
Giants had yet to win a World Series. I was here in Vegas for the Summer League and don't remember the place I was eating, but it was a sports bar. It was a sports book. I mean, they had the wall up there that had all the futures and all that stuff. And I remember eating there and kind of looking at the board while I was eating, and they were showing, the daily odds of whatever was going on at the time. But they had odds to win the 2010 World Series. And I remember at the time looking at the board going, man, the best team up there with the low or the worst odds or the best payout is the Giants. And the Giants were doing well at the time. It was either the All-Star break or getting close to the All-Star break, just like now. And they were probably about 9th or 10th on the list. And I want to say they were probably like the 4th or 5th best record. I don't know. I don't know where they were, but I thought, man, the Giants hadn't won a World Series in forever. And I go, they got some pretty good pitching. They got a pretty good team. That was a team that obviously ended up, I think, as a wild card team that made it all the way through and then did win the World Series. The story goes, I didn't bet on it, but I remember thinking, man, that seems like that's a decent bet, much like this Barkley question. Now, they weren't dead last and wasn't like the biggest, financial windfall if you bet some money on it. But I remember thinking at the time, that was the only time I've ever really thought about a futures bet. Didn't do it. Now I regret that I didn't do it. I probably would have chickened out and bet like $2, but it seemed like that would have been the best one. So good for you to win one of those futures one time, Chris, at least with the Kings.
The other future I was very close to was the Chicago Cubs, because I bet on them to win the World Series in 2015, which, as we all know, Back to the Future 2, they won the World Series, but they ended up winning in 2016, which Parks and Recreation called.
So they clearly knew what they were doing. How many people do you think bet on the Cubs based on that in 2015?
I don't think a lot.
And 16. Yeah. I mean, Back to the Future. It's not you, Marty. It's your kids. Can't be wrong. Can't be wrong. All right, question number 3.
Question 3.
The Clippers' trade of Kawhi Leonard has been put on hold while the investigation continues into the aspiration story. How do you think this will end?
I mean, the weird part about the Kawhi trade, we hear about it. Everybody's excited. Oh, Kawhi is getting going back to Toronto. Brandon Ingram, all that. Seeing him last night with the Clipper game, he was in the building. And then I think it was yesterday when this was announced that it's being put on hold. Like why so late? Why couldn't this information have been out there earlier about this, waiting on this? And also, what's taking so long? I know investigations take time. There needs to be a deep dive, but how bad of a look will this be if this really lingers a lot longer? Or, I mean, Chris, what do you think is the worst look? If it lingers longer and the trade, like it's just like in no man's land, the trade doesn't happen, or if it truly is something that the league has to do something about, either to the Clippers or to Kawhi. Like, this is weird.
What's so weird is that Toronto wants him back, and Toronto was kind of like, they're the ones that went to the NBA and said, like, hey, Kawhi and his people want like no-show contracts from advertisers, which is exactly what he's being accused of right now. And then they want him back during all the middle of this. All of it's weird.
Yeah. And I'm sure the league absolutely hates this story, but credit to Pablo Torre, who did some real investigative reporting on this. And then it was kind of hot for a while. And then it just felt like, is this just being swept under the rug? Maybe the league wanted that, but then now that's kind of self-induced here where they're like, well, no, hold on. We can't quite make sure this trade goes through until we resolve this. Well, what's being done on that? I mean, what's taking the time? Do they not? What other bits of elements are they trying to get? Or is this also where the league is like finding themselves, they're now truly in a conundrum? Like, we have to do some discipline here. It's just a bizarre, bizarre story. And could you also have one of those things? It reminds me too, Chris, of an NBA trade. Let's say, player A gets traded to a team and player A fails the physical. And a lot of times the trade gets denied. Well, I think you could still have a ruling where the teams go, no, we're willing to take, we're fine. We'll still accept the player even if they fail the physical. Could you have something like that where the team's like, no, we're good with it. We'll still make this trade. But the league stepping in here, it's a bizarre, bizarre story.
Well, the thing at the very beginning, like the league had to tell everyone to shut up about it because at the very beginning, it was Mark Cuban telling Pablo Torre, like, hey, Ballmer's way too smart to have done this. He's too smart to have done that. He's too smart to have done this. He's too smart to have done that. And then Ballmer goes on ESPN. He's just like, I was an idiot. Like, I was taken advantage of. I'm not smart enough to realize this, and I'm not smart enough to realize that. It's like, geez, guys.
Get your story together. Yeah, which one is it? Well, I think it's a bad look for the league. The story was a really bad look for the league. And then it did seem like it did kind of go away. And it's like, well, games go on. Kawhi's playing. Wow, Kawhi's traded. There was like a celebration almost element to it. Like, hey, Clippers are doing something kind of forward thinking here as far as they've moved off from Paul George. They're now moving off from Kawhi. They're kind of rebooting. Toronto's getting the guy who helped them win a championship back. Like, it was a feel-good element almost to the story. And then, boop, screeching halt yesterday when I think it was Shams that first reported, well, this trade's on hold for now while they continue, studying this aspiration story. Well, that story, wasn't it right before the start of the season or right at the beginning of the season? So they've had months on this.
I think I said it must have been August because I saw something where they said that they've been investigating for 11 months.
Yeah, so we're almost a year. And, I mean, I don't know if we're just a few days away from it. Why would they feel compelled to say that now? Like, hey, sorry, we're going to have to put this on hold to see what this ultimately could be. Just bizarre. Absolutely bizarre story. All right, so there you go. 3 questions, 3 answers. Again, lots of input. Thank you for everyone on the text line and the YouTube chat on your projected starting lineup. We're going to get more into the Kings coming up, including when we come back. It is very, very early. Obviously, there's a small sample size of games. But Emmanuel Sharp is becoming a major, major problem for other teams, and he's making an incredible impression. And it's a player we really haven't seen the Kings have in a long time. And again, I caution, it's early. Man, has he made an impression. We're going to talk about what he did last night, what he's looked like. And it's feeling like he's been one heck of a steal in the second round. Another one of those guys that's played a lot of college basketball that looks NBA ready. We'll discuss him and his impact on this team so far when we come back here on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Jason Ross, Christopher Laud here on this Friday edition of the show, coming to you live from Las Vegas. Thanks again to Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. We got you covered here all of next week with the Drive Guys. I'll be here for a few more days into next week as well. So one of the beauties of being in Las Vegas is the people watching, certainly, watching Summer League. Chris, I don't know. Let me see how this is going to look. I'm going to do this on camera. I've got pretty good sunlight coming in, but I'm going to open the curtain even more, make it way brighter, maybe too bright. How well do you know the Strip or Vegas?
Pretty well.
You know your casinos? I don't know how well you know them, but I can see Circus.
Ugh.
I can see the Stratosphere.
Ugh.
You don't like that one either?
Oh, those are both the worst ones in Vegas.
I could see, that's not a casino. Oh, I can see some pools here at how do you say that? Fontainebleau?
I heard that's a good one.
Is it? Yeah, I can see the top of the casino.
Hey, if you want cheap tables, go to Stratosphere.
Oh, really? Okay. That's one of the things.
Don't walk there because you might get stabbed.
Oh, okay. Or heat stroke. So one of the years here, I don't know how many years ago now it was, the Summer League. When the games end, if I didn't get an Uber in time.
Whoa. I thought this is where the game never ends.
Good point. Where your season never ends. It's super easy to follow. So the game ended this years ago, and the taxi cab line was forever. I said, you know what? I see where the Sphere is. I know where my hotel is. I'm going to start walking. And it was night. It was nighttime. So it was warm. It was hot. It's always hot, but just the sun's not on you. And I'm walking 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 and I'm walking, thinking, man, am I making any progress? And, at that point, I'm just too far invested into this. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to get a cab from here. I'm just going to keep going. That was a big mistake. Everything, like the Strip, you're like, oh, it's just down there. It's like two casinos down the way. It's a lot longer than you think. But yeah, I'm going to close that up there. That was a little too bright for me. It's going to be a warm one out here in Vegas. You said we had a call from Jason. Let's check in with Jason this morning. Jason, good morning. How are you?
Ross?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Got up this morning from last night, but nice seeing you and Sean and Jeremy and all them guys over there. But
that was you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I just want to tell you because I saw you talking about Sharp, and I think he's the truth. I think the hype around him is going to grow. I think that guy is going to be a special dude. I mean, I'm putting up. He might make all rookie first team. I mean, rookie of the year. From what I saw of that game, he's the guy. I mean, I know he has a normal contract, NBA contract compared to other draftees, I guess, from the second round.
Yeah, I mean, he's just
I heard.
second round pick. Yeah, I think there's all intentions for him to, at first when you're getting the second round, it's like, can you make the squad? Can you get a contract? Can you be on the team? I mean, this guy has to be like, just again, it's small sample size, but you're right, Jason. Even from the couple games he played in the California Classic and last night, I mean, he is a major problem for other teams on the floor, and there's a intensity. You just feel his presence out there.
Yes.
It's amazing to watch.
Well, let me give you. I'm assuming you watched that play where he went down, and then I thought he broke his. I thought he got hurt, and then he went into back in the locker room, and then I thought he was done for the day, and then I looked up, and then he came back out and started playing again, and that just shows me, like, man, he is. I mean, he's you talk about alpha male. I mean, they might have two alpha males. I mean, two guys that can run a crew. I mean, it's just very impressive. Another thing is Carwell. Man, they got to work on them fouls, man. I mean, like, I love him to death, and I know he is passionate, but dude needs to, like, I mean, I'm hoping this summer, before the season starts, the fouls are gonna he has to work hard. It's just, but overall, I mean, the team looks good. But going back to Sharp, I mean, man, and then Acuff had it pretty good. I mean, he had a good game. I mean, nothing about that, but he did his thing. But like, I could see. I'm hoping, like, because they were playing both together on the court, and it looked like it could work, but other times it couldn't. It didn't look like it really could work, and like one of them had to be on the court. So I don't know if they're going to try to fix that per se, but like I said, I'm hoping, like, he plays the second Sunday, and then, like, they cut him off and then wait for the season start, because the guy, that's how I see it. I mean, this guy is he's very good. I mean,
he is. Well, I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you for the call. Good to see you last night. Hopefully see you at the game on Sunday. That's Jason checking in. Appreciate that. You're right. I mean, I wanted to get into talking about Sharp, and there is, I know we've used the term gravity, or, Doug and other coaches have said, you got to make the other team feel you. Like, in the California Classic, we sat down low. We don't usually get to when we're doing the radio broadcast. And it's a reminder of how quick, strong, fast, intense the game can be. And when you're up, it's still that. It's just you don't feel it as much. And it was so incredibly noticeable when guys like Mobo and Sharp were on the floor for the Kings. They were going to make you notice them. And I always like to use analogies for anybody that's played any kind of sport, just to tie it in. Like, if you've ever played pickup basketball, and there's just certain people you're like, oh, good, that guy's guarding me, or that, I'll be fine, or that you don't feel them. They're just kind of there. They're a presence. You're playing the game, and it's friendly. Then there's people you're like, my gosh, this person's relentless. Like, we're not in the NBA. Relax. Well, they are in the NBA, and Sharp is that guy where you just go, my day is not going to be easy. And for a team that has been incredibly light on players like that, like defensive players that are just going to dictate the terms of the game on their terms instead of, hey, I'm going to react to you. I'm going to make it difficult on you. He was taking on the assignment of whoever and whenever. And again, his years of experience in college, playing under Kelvin Sampson, which that's like in the DNA of the Houston program. He is a dog, man. That guy just comes out and dictates the terms. And so that's what I think he was kind of known for. And then he is a good 3-point shooter, and he has been great. He's comfortable taking them. He is confident. He's got good range. Again, when you make a second-round pick, a little bit like Max Reynaud, a second-round pick, you're like, can he be a part of the team? Well, Max Reynaud made all-rookie squad. He had a really good year. Now, Max's year, I think part of what ended up developing, to his credit, he did it, but it was due to the injury of Sabonis. I don't know how much Max would have played had Sabonis been healthy all year. I just don't. But Sharp is doing something that, like we said earlier, about projected starting lineup. You believe it's Acuff, you believe it's Levine. I don't know how Sharp doesn't get minutes. I mean, he is going to make an impact in a game. If he played 10 minutes off the bench, you'll feel his presence. If he played 20 minutes, that's my early read on him. He is making a mark. He is making an impression. And again, it's defense, but I don't want to forget his offense. He was the team's leading scorer yesterday. 21 points, 4 of 10 shooting, 3 of 8 from 3. Did have a couple rebounds, 4 steals. And, the plus minus when he was on the floor, they were 6 points better than the Clippers when he was out there. And I think they would be comfortable in putting, defensive assignments on him and of better offensive players on the opposing team, able to use fouls. He will be handsy. He'll be physical. He's smart. It's one of those things. I don't think I'm alone on this. You just watch him and you can see it. You can feel it. And I know when we talk to Henry Turner, the high flyer, who's going to join us at 9, he's going to share some of those things. I mean, I was watching the game with him yesterday and we're talking about him. He's like, that dude is a problem. Like, he is going to deserve court time. And that's what I see. And these are good things. These are good things for the Sacramento Kings that, again, have been very light on that kind of thing in the past. I mentioned it yesterday that in 41 years now in Sacramento, 2 players, Doug Christie, Ron Artest, all defensive team. That's it. Only 2 players. It's never been a very good defensive team. There's been a handful of players here that, over the years you go, man, that's like when Michael the Animal Smith, we're going way back, was on the floor. It's like that guy just helps you, just helps in a way. Michael Yogi Stewart, they're just players that Randy Brown, that if they are playing, there's a role. When I was back to defining a role, like I feel like if you tell Sharp you are going to be one of the guards coming off the bench, come in, create havoc, and make threes, it's what he's going to do. He may not always make his shots, but he is going to bring the effort and the energy and the passion and the fire on the defensive end. And this team, like I said, has been light on that. And I think this specific one is light on that. He is going to fill a role and fill a need. And I've been very, very impressed with him. We'll get into a little more details coming up at 8 about the game yesterday. We'll have some reaction from some of the guys in the post game as well, as we recap the Kings and Clippers from last night. When we come back, though, what was deemed the headliner of day 1 was the game right prior to the Kings. And it was number 1 versus number 2. It was AJ DeBonsa versus Darren Peterson. I was there to see it. We'll have our takeaways from that. The future of the NBA is looking pretty good. It's already in good spots. So many good veterans that are still playing at a high level to that next batch of players that are ready to take over the league. And then the new faces coming in. League's in a good spot, but these 2 picks played one another last night. We'll share our thoughts on that as we continue here from Vegas on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Demographics are becoming an increasingly important investment theme. While the share of Americans between the ages of 45 and 64 is projected to decline over time, businesses may benefit from a growing generation of younger consumers entering their prime spending years, creating demand for housing, technology, entertainment, travel, and family-related products and services. At the same time, companies face the challenge of replacing experienced employees as more seasoned workers retire. Losing decades of institutional knowledge can slow productivity, increase training costs, and make succession planning more difficult. Businesses that successfully successfully transfer expertise, embrace automation, and adapt to the changing consumer preferences may be the best position to improve profitability over the long term. For investors, demographic shifts are another reminder that innovation and diversification remain key drivers of long-term success. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wow, what is all this? These screens, the food.
All for the game, bro.
Let us pitch in.
No need. I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet with T-Mobile. I've got it all covered.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Credit stop if you cancel or change plans.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard. October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right, continuing here from Vegas, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Carmichael Dave on vacation. The Drive guys are out here next week, too, getting more content and stories and interviews from out here. Make sure you check out all our things on Sactown Sports. And we're all brought to you by our friends at Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for your office needs. Kings off today. In fact, they were going to practice. They're actually not practicing today now. They won't play again until Sunday as they win game 1. What basically the format of Summer League, everybody is guaranteed 4 games, and they're keeping track of your record. So good chance, well, great chance if you're 4-0, you move on to the kind of the playoffs out here, the tournament style. And if it doesn't go well, then they'll give you a 5th game, and that's it. That's a wrap. You get out of here and then get ready for the rest of the offseason and the start of the oncoming season. So the Kings last year did well, got all the way to that tournament, got to the championship game, ultimately lost to Charlotte, and they've won the Summer League 2 other times. So, look, they're out here, they're competing. The coaching staff that's in place, and watching the game last night, you see all the dignitaries here from the team, Scott Perry, Doug Christie, all the other assistants that aren't on the bench right now, and then other players in town too. And it's cool just to, this place is just filled with NBA players. And you walk around the gym, you're like, man, there's Danny Ainge, there's Doris Burke, there, you just keep running into people all the time. There's Patrick Ewing, there's Brandon Ingram, there's Anthony Davis. It's just, man, people everywhere. And there was a lot of people in the gym yesterday wanting to watch the 1 versus 2 matchup, which was AJ DeBonsa versus Darren Peterson. And generally the way this works out here at Summer League is there's 2 gyms, which makes it fun. I mean, there's generally 2 games going on at the same time. One in Cox Pavilion, the smaller gym, and a little bit bigger is Thomas and Mack, the home that UNLV made so famous in the late 80s, early 90s. Jerry Tarkanian and the Running Rebels way back when. But it's still there, good sized stadium, and kind of bigger crowds. And I can remember being here. Maybe that's 2016, 17, something like that. 17, I think, when Lonzo Ball was drafted as a rookie by the Lakers, and a lot of Laker fans traveled out here. And when the night he was playing, that building was packed. I saw the 1-versus-2 matchup. This goes way back when it was Odin versus Durant, but it was played in the smaller gym. Like, that will never happen now. Now they specifically put the 1-2 matchup, usually on the first night, usually in the biggest gym. And that's what they had yesterday. And so much so, it was the only game. They didn't put anything on. There were games earlier in the day in Cox Pavilion, but there was nothing competing against it. When the Kings were playing, there was nothing going on over there. So all eyes were basically on the bigger gym. And so the Kings had the nightcap of it all, but the headliner was Debonsa versus Peterson. And I will say this, coming into the game, Peterson had an advantage because he had played some of the matches in the Salt Lake City Summer League, or some of the games, I should say, and he was really good. I mean, he was very impressive in his Summer League there, much like the California Classic. They have one in Salt Lake City. But yesterday, if we're worried about head-to-head and the way it was billed, Debonsa versus Peterson, Debonsa won yesterday. Debonsa was impressive. And my takeaway, again, seeing one game in person, much better ball handler, creator than I thought. I always knew he was tall, long, effective wing, but they put the ball in his hands a lot. And he was able to create plays. He was able to score in traffic. He was able to score contested shots. And he was good. Let me see what Peterson's final numbers were. 24 points, kind of worked his way to that. 6 of 18 from the floor. Had 8 turnovers and 9 fouls. And it's still so weird to know that you can get 10 fouls in Summer League out here. And it just is a thing. What I didn't know, and if any of you were watching the game, and maybe that was talked about between the broadcast, but what I didn't like about it, the Wizards, I don't know if they had a time limit or whatever on Debonsa, but I mean, the game was really close at the end, and Debonsa was off the floor the last 2 to 3 minutes of the game. I'm like, come on, we all want to see him play, and how is he not in crunch time? But nonetheless, in the 26 minutes that we saw him play, he didn't make a three, though his shot looked good. Did a lot of his damage from the free throw line, 7 of 8, 7 of 18 from the floor. Had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, 27 points, and had the highlight of the night. I mean, he had a contested drive in traffic, lost the ball midair, grabbed it back, and dunked it. I mean, it was one of those that, the place popped. You couldn't tell all that was happening in real time until you saw the replay and you go, oh my gosh, he lost the ball for a fraction of a second, grabbed it back, jammed it home. He looked good. He looked really good. And he should. He's the number 1 pick. There's extra pressure on him for that. I don't know if he's going to be asked to be the ultimate savior of the Wizards, but look, I think the Wizards are trying to build something here between what they have in Sarr and what they have in Anthony Davis and Trae Young and some of the other guys, but certainly Debonsa, after one game of the Summer League and after one kind of statement made, he looked good. He looked good. So if anybody had thoughts or if they said anything about why he wasn't in, that was, a little bit surprising. Okay, here, thank you from the 916. He was heard on the broadcast saying his leg hurt when he was pulled from the game. Okay, thank you. I did not know that. Also, Folsom Mike saying AJ looked like the number 1 pick. Peterson looks like a guy that's trying too hard, or trying harder than he should have. Okay, yeah, I think Peterson, like I said, was so good in Salt Lake. He was really, really impressive. He did not have the best game yesterday. He got his numbers. He wasn't efficient. And we're going to speak more about efficiency coming up, too, in the 8 o'clock hour when we get back into the Kings and talking about Darius Acuff, because he was being tough on himself, and he was not that efficient. He did not think he had personally a good game. We'll discuss about that coming up. But I think, the point being here is when you look at the rookies and the draft picks and what they are trying to become and for their team, this is your first offering of it. And what do you see? The earlier game, actually, I saw the tail end of the Warriors and Mavericks, and Yaxel Lundberg looked good. He went against his former teammate and the Mavericks, and Morris Johnson. He had a good game. But, you just want to see these guys look like the part. How are they going to contribute? How will they fit? I watched Keaton Wagler yesterday, and I didn't see a ton in from him. I mean, you can, again, one game. I like the size. Players develop at a different rate. They were the first one that had the choice of point guard. And that's the beauty of how this is going to go. Everybody's going to get their chance to be evaluated and critiqued. When you draft 4 point guards in a row like that, Wagler to Brown to Acuff to Flemings, they're all going to be compared against one another. And, in the first head-to-head, I would say Acuff did that. But part of that, too, was Sharp's defense, even Acuff's defense, the way the Kings defended Wagler. Whereas everybody's trying to defend Acuff that same way, but he attacks the game differently. Like, he's just got a nose for offense and scoring, and his vision is really, really good. His passing last night was great, and they missed so many of his assists. He should have had a much higher number, but he looked pretty darn good too. So we'll spread our wings a little bit more on that and get into more detail of the Kings and the Clippers game last night. We got that coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Also, who's hot, who's not. We'll go streaking. We got some more thoughts on the World Cup, and a reminder at 9 o'clock, we'll get some perspective from a former King, NBA player and broadcaster, the high flyer Henry Turner joins us live here from Vegas. So we've got that at 9. When we come back, though, Kings and Clippers, we'll recap it. We got some post-game audio for you as well. That coming up here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
The one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been 2 important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Hey, HD
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh, well done, Chris. Another banger. Love it. Jason Ross, Chris Verlad, rolling along here. 8 o'clock hour. Good morning to one and all on this Friday. Made it to the end of the week. We are here. And that drop, Chris, can be played for a different meaning today. By Friday. Today is National French Fry Day. Fridays are Fridays. Fries are good. I like fries. I think most people like fries. It was a weird feeling last night when I got to the game. Found a spot at first in the little media section. Was sitting down, and there's so many people coming and going through all the different games. And maybe you're here if you're a member of the Memphis Grizzlies media, and you're like, I just want to see them play or whatever. Sat down in a spot right next to our local legend, Sean Cunningham, and there was a batch of fries just sitting on right in front of me that someone had eaten. I don't know how long ago. And there's something about fries when they're cold. It's just, you're done with them, right? That's tough to save cold fries at that point. Like if they got into the batch where they're cold, I think most people that feels like it's one of the foods that has to be hot. And when it's not, they're just not the same. Maybe people waste more fries than anything, if that makes sense. Do you ever eat cold fries?
I have.
But it's not the preference. Best fry. Who was the best fries?
McDonald's.
And I guess when we're thinking that, because it's hard to say a restaurant, like a sit down. I mean, they probably have good fries, probably better made and all that. But yeah, there's I forget. I remember reading one time what McDonald's does. But there's an addiction to their fries, and they figured it out. They're a little secret. Curly fries, are you yay or nay?
Oh, definitely yay.
Crinkle cut? Waffle?
If they're seasoned.
Seasoned waffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't all curly fries seemingly seasoned?
No, I've seen some where they weren't seasoned.
Really? It feels like that's a fry that, in general, if
it
you
should
took,
be.
10 people that makes curly fries, they almost always seem to be seasoned. French fries. How about shoestring? Like there's so many versions. The thin ones. It seems like when you make the thin ones, they're crunchy. What are the steak fries? Those are like the thick ones, right? Yeah. Well, hopefully enjoy National Fry Day. Get your fries out there today. Welcome in. Make it the third hour here of the show. We're coming to you from Las Vegas. Jason Ross and Chris Verlad, as we are here on the Summer League. And our thanks to the great folks at Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. As we continue on here, 1 hour from now, we will check in with the high flyer, former Sacramento King, current member of our radio broadcast team. And he is out here enjoying the Summer League as well. Get his impressions of the Sacramento Kings. And we'd love yours too, as well. As they got the win last night. They took care of business, beating the Los Angeles Clippers. And looking at some of the numbers from the box score of the game, the Kings, again, like a little wobbly at one point in the game, down by I think as much as 8, if I remember right. And then got control and then had to hang on a bit at the end. So they were down after the first quarter, had a good second quarter finish, really good third quarter, outscored in the fourth, but win 91-85. I think maybe some of the best things of the game was the balanced attack for Sacramento. 5 players in double figures. We saw, 1, 2, 3, 4. They played 5 guys off the bench. I think they played pretty much the right group of guys. The only one I think you can expect to play that didn't play last night would be Maxime Reynaud. I know he was there. He was on the bench. It's good to see him in town after playing with the French national team. He's been putting up some good numbers out there. Had a really good game the other day against Larry Markkinen. So want to see him with this squad if he gets a little bit of run. We were introduced yesterday for the first time to Alex Caravan. The Kings traded back into the first round to get him. Connecticut's most decorated winner in that great program with Danny Hurley. And he's big. He looks like a pretty versatile wing. He had an awful shooting night. He didn't make any shots. Nothing. 0 for 6. Missed all his threes. Had a couple rebounds and assists. Actually, a really good play early on in the game. Good feed to Cardwell. Had a block. Ironically, this is for those of you that either appreciate this stat or throw it away, but on the plus minus, when he was on the floor, the Kings, he was the best one of the night on the Kings roster, plus 12. So they were 12 points better when he was on the floor, no matter what group of 4 other guys he was on the floor with. That's with providing basically zero offense. But, there can be other elements and other ways you were helping the team. I'm not really concerned about him as a shooter. That was one of his strengths. Certainly didn't make him yesterday. And in fairness to him, he had one practice, rolled his ankle, was supposed to be reevaluated. And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, he's available. He's playing. I'm like, wow, he's playing. He's starting. Let's go. So it was a pleasant surprise to see him. I know he's anxious to get back on the floor on Sunday and play much better than he did last night. If we continue down the line of the starting lineup, and we'll get into more and more people and kind of our impressions of how we think of these guys. Jonathan Mobo started as well. Saw him in the before the game and up close. It's like, man, this guy, again, talk about an incredible athlete, a presence about him. Kind of, he, and if he can make jump shots, because he provides a lot of those other things too on that wing that you just go, man, that's the kind of guy. And I've been talking about it for a couple of years. I feel like the Kings are just so light on that 6'7" to 6'9", 6'10", 6'6" to 6'10", long wing, athletic, kind of pest on the wing on the, if you could guard guards, like just switchable players. They just have not had that many guys like that. I think Keegan's getting in that realm. I think Hunter could be that guy, but they don't have a lot of others. Mobo, but is one of the two-way guys on the team, has real potential there, and one of the guys that just continues to need to develop. But seeing him in person, like, this is a big dude, long, athletic. He had 12 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block. His presence certainly was felt in the game. Nick Clifford, one of the second-year guys that's still playing with the squad. I still have the same feeling about Nick, mainly positive thoughts, but and maybe it's not in his nature. I've said this for a while. I see a guy that is compliment is that he lets the game come to him and doesn't force things, has a real good feel and understanding and IQ of the game. But, now that you're in year 2, like I would not have issue if Nick stepped on the gas a little bit. And it's like, look, I'm a second-year pro. I played a lot of minutes in the regular season, and I played well. I want to dominate the summer league a little bit more, and I've not seen that from him. That would be my criticism, but I'm not losing faith in him. I think that's more of a style thing than an ability thing from him. Dylan Cardwell, on the other hand, I think has shown improvement. There's a lot of room to grow offensively. There's a raw nature to his offensive game. I remember the ball was swung around to him in the first half, and he was wide open. And I was like, no, don't. But he did take the jumper. He missed it. But you know what? You kind of have to. If you're going to be disrespected in a way like we don't think you can make it, you have to show them that you're willing to take it. And if you start to make it, they'll respect you. But he missed that jumper. Did make his free throws last night, which was a drastic improvement than what we saw from him in the California Classic. But 15 points, 9 boards. As our caller earlier in the show talked about, he's got to clean up those fouls. I mean, he is swinging and flailing at everything, and you can get away with that now. And maybe he can get away with it in regular season if they're going to play him limited minutes off the bench and say, you got 6 fouls, use them. Well, here you get 10, and he got 9 yesterday, and he's just swinging away. And sometimes there's a little bit of his relentlessness and his energy that goes against him. And he's got to harness that just a little bit, and I think he can. And then Darius Acuff, watching him, on another game and just another game in person. And he's really got a unique ability to be in control of his game. And you could tell when the Clippers would try to double team him, he would read that early and either pass it or just dribble away from it and get out of the double team. His handles are really good. His court vision is elite. I mean, some of the people he sets up and passes, he's gifted. That's going to get better. And then again, my favorite thing about him so far is his demeanor, is how he approaches the game, is his own toughest critic, which we're going to hear here in a moment. He needs to be and wants to be more efficient, but he ended with 19 points, 3 boards, 7 assists. Felt like he should have had 10 or more. 4 turnovers, 2 steals, a block. And I said it earlier too. I felt there was more of a defensive presence from him than I expected. I don't see a great defensive player, but he was a willing defensive player and made some deflections and made a couple steals and made, was in the right spot a few times. And I think that's what you're going to need from him. He's going to be a good offensive player, but he needs to continue to work on the defense. And then the guy we talked about earlier, off the bench, fantastic, Emmanuel Sharp. In his 26 minutes, led the team in scoring with 21 points. And I don't want to dismiss that and that's fine. That's not what he stood out for. It's amazing that it's not what he stood out for. It's his defense. He is a pain in the butt to the other team. There's no other way to put it. He is going to bother every other individual and or team that he goes against. And I know I got reports that they were talking about him on TV, just how impressive his defense was. You could feel it in the gym when you watch it. You see it, you sensed it. And that's what happened too at the California Classic. So those are some of my thoughts on the game. I'd love to get your perspective at 916-339-1140. If you saw the game, you have an opinion on it, you want to call in, 1-800-920-1140 as well on our YouTube chat. While you're there too, by the way, hit that thumbs up button at the bottom. You can weigh in there too. But let's hear first from post game. This is the example I was talking about from the post game yesterday after they won. I want you to hear what Darius Acuff said on ESPN.
Darius, this thing got a little hairy there down the stretch. How were you guys able to pull this out at the end?
Just playing together, just trying to come out with the win.
And then for you now, it's your 3rd game now in this summer. What have you learned about yourself, I guess, in this environment with new teammates all the time?
Just building a relationship. Got to be better, though, playing terrible.
Why is that? Why do you think you're playing terrible?
Too inefficient. Just got to make more shots in a row and get my teammates involved more.
All right. Well, what are you looking most forward to then, I guess, besides that and getting yourself to an efficient place here, kind of moving forward the rest of the way?
Just getting better, staying in the gym. Don't get mad about one game. Just keep going. And, I'm going to be better. I know that by myself. But more than anything, we got the win. So that's the most important thing.
No question about it. Darius, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That was with George Sedano on ESPN yesterday. Darius Acuff. I like that too about him. Like he's going to be tough on himself. I actually thought his game was pretty good. It's still not efficient, and I'm still waiting for that. And maybe that's going to be, there are high volume shooters in the league that aren't efficient, but you just kind of work over time. And, every once in a while they have that efficient game. But I think if you're projecting and you're looking ahead to him starting with Levine and Sabonis and Murray and whatever that starting 5 ends up being, I love the fact that he's got that vision and he is a willing passer. So I think he's going to be able to set those guys up just fine. But I also know that it's in his DNA. You could just tell, like, he's a creator. He's an offensive player. He puts the pressure on the other team, and he forces a couple of shots. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. There was a stretch late in the game. I thought the Kings took about 4 or 5 really bad possessions in a row, and a couple of them were him. And I'm waiting to see, more sample size, more games, but where he's going to kind of live in that shot volume with the regular team. But right now, I think it's probably by design to be the leading scorer. He wasn't last night. He was right there, but he's been for the most part in the Classic. A guy that has the ball in his hands a lot. And I remember saying early on, I felt like it sticks in his hands a little bit, but I'm feeling that less And I think part of where he gets his separation is he has to handle the ball a little bit. He's not blazing quick, but he's not slow. So again, he's not the, when they got De'Aaron Fox and he could just, he was lightning. He was by people. Darius does it by change of pace, change of direction, change of ball handle. Like he goes right and then a quick dart to the other side, and that's created the space to now either get his shot or to pass to someone. He's really good at recognizing double teams and getting out of there quickly instead of dribbling into it or dribbling into a trap or getting stuck. I like what I see, and I like the demeanor the best. And right there, that clip of him being tough on himself, I think in my history of watching athletes and just kind of their makeup, you've got to want to be better. You've got to be self-critical, not to the point where you're damaging your confidence. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Darius Acuff, I know Scott Perry said that early on, and maybe even on this show when he was talking about some of the things he liked about him is just his incredible confidence. And he has a great ability to get downhill, to turn the corner. And then, like I said, the pressure puts on him. If you're going to put 2 on him and he dribbles out of it, you're already creating an offensive advantage. Now, if he gets into the paint and people come to help, either he's been finishing pretty well, and he's been finishing in traffic. He's been finishing against bigger defenders. He's been able to challenge guys like that and then still at the end make it an appropriate pass to a guy in the shot pocket and go. So I've been impressed with Darius Acuff. And again, even if he had been struggling, you would give him time. But I would say, by and large, he has checked the boxes that the Sacramento Kings have been looking for. And I think, too, where they are as an organization, where they are in his position, is he will be given every opportunity to be the point guard, to play a ton of minutes, and to make his mistakes, and to make his moments, and to learn his teammates. I mean, I think that was even the right answer there, too, in the beginning of that when he was asked, what are you trying to accomplish here? And he's like, just better communication. You learn the guys more and learn where Caravan wants the ball in this squad. Learn where when it's his time to bring the ball up, when it's better for Nick Clifford to bring the ball up, when it's better for where Cardwell likes it on the right side of the basket or the left side, or so on and so forth. And he'll learn that, and then he'll adjust when he gets with the rest of the guys. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. Again, we say this, that the end result isn't truly about winning and losing right now in the Summer League. But while you're here, while they have a scoreboard up there, while they have referees, and while they're keeping stats, go for it. Go see if you can get the win. And right now, they're doing some pretty good things. We had a text here that I wanted to get to. Yeah, this is from the 209. Are you able to explain which players on the Summer League roster already are on the Kings roster and which ones are on the G League roster, which ones are just playing to get a chance to get onto the G League roster? Thank you for that. Well, on the current roster, if we look at the guys that played last night, Caravan's a drafted pick in the first round. He is going to be on the roster. Acuff, we know, first round lottery pick, will be on the roster. Cardwell is on the roster. Clifford is on the roster. Mobo, who started last night, is one of the 2-way contract players. So he'll have an opportunity to play in the G League. He will be in the organization. Cardwell was that last year. We've had Keon Ellis be that before. Some guys that have worked their way, between both organizations. Let's see. Who else? Sharp is a second round contract. I believe he will be on the roster. Maxime Reynaud is on the roster. The other 2-way players, they have Adam Flagler, who came off the bench to play some point guard, is a 2-way player. Isaiah Stevens had been a 2-way player in the past, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm right on this. Currently is not a 2-way player. He's one of the guys that's trying to get noticed to play for a 2-way contract, to play for a spot on the roster somewhere. So Sutton, Victor Locken, Isaiah Stevens, of the guys that played last night, those are the guys that are trying to make an impression, whether it's with the Kings or on some other roster. So as you look at the overall roster construction, the fact that they did keep a guy like Daquan Plowden and Precious Achua. We already know about Levine, Hunter, Monk, Sabonis. Their depth chart is filling out. And I personally still would like to see them add a point guard. I don't know how they do it under the financial situations they're in. I don't think, if it were me and if I'm Scott Perry, I don't think I would go down the road of bringing Russell Westbrook back. And that's not even remotely an indictment on him. He did everything the organization needed from him last year. Played the role as a veteran, helped with some of the younger guys, but also came in as kind of the backup to Dennis Schroeder and did exactly what you'd want from a backup. He proved that he had to be the starter. I mean, he became a problem, and they switched and started Russ. And I just think where they are, I think it's important to start really transitioning to the youth. And they're not going to be able to do that completely. They still have Levine, who, again, still has years to go. It's not like he's a dinosaur, neither is Sabonis or Monk. But it feels like you're getting this influx now of, you just added Hunter. He's in the final year. You want to see if Keegan can blossom. You're going to go forward with Acuff. What is Sharp going to truly be? Can Karaman be in the rotation? Max and Clifford and Cardwell, Precious, that's the group that it feels like it needs to at least transition into. And then as you get into that, then you start to identify, okay, these are the other building block pieces. You'll have some better financial, financial freedom. You have future picks. And, for Scott Perry to truly turn this around, kind of gut it and get it more into the team he wants, you just can't do it overnight, but it's slowly happening. I mean, it really is. Last year, trading Schroeder, a guy he brought in, but feeling that Doug Christie as a first-year head coach really needing a point guard, a veteran point guard. Now they're going to just go, all right, I believe at the moment they'll go, okay, we know Malik can play it. We know that Clifford can give it a run. But Acuff's going to get the majority of the minutes. Now, my concern on that, and I don't want to see this happen, but you have to be prepared for it. Let's just say Acuff, not even a significant injury, but missed 2 weeks. Hey, one of those things reevaluated in a week and a half, and he misses 6 to 8 games. That'll have a huge impact on this team. So you got to be prepared with depth, and I think that could still help Acuff as well. If there was a veteran type point guard that could fit under minimal money, you would know, look, you were barely going to play 10 minutes a half, or a game, maybe 5 a half. This is going to be Acuff's opportunity to play a bunch, but also serve as that mentor. Teach him how to be a pro. Teach him how, film sessions go, how to handle yourself after a back-to-back, on a losing streak, on 3 games in a row where your turnovers are high, your shooting percentage is down. How you handle, certain teams blitzing screens, certain teams, offering 2 big wing defenders to guard you. How do you get out of that? That's where I think there could be true value in adding someone else like that to this roster. And that's something we'll talk to Henry about when he joins us again. The high flyer Henry Turner will join us at 9 here from Vegas, and look at what are the things this team could need to really help. Let's see. 530 is saying, I don't think bringing Russ here would create a competition between him and Acuff unless the Kings have a surprising playoff run. I don't think it would either. I'm not saying the competition. I just don't Russ probably can still play and contribute, and maybe I wouldn't even know if I would say deserves, but would maybe even earn more minutes. And I just think, it's really tough. He's a Hall of Famer. You'd really have to convince him, you're solely going to be a bench player. And I don't know this for a fact, but even when Russ got here, he played a lot, put up some numbers, was contributing. I think he believes he could be a contributor to a team, if not a main player, a main top 8 player. And I don't know if that's the best thing for him here or the best thing for this team at all. Here's another one. Come on, Jason. You don't see shooting 30% as a problem for Acuff. He hasn't shot well in any game he's played this summer. To be clear, I wanted the Kings to draft Yaxel, who has looked great. That's Joe from the 530. Okay. No, you're right. I think you have to look at the totality, though, of what Acuff is and what he's doing. I mean, he is running the point guard position. The knock for sure coming in was his defense. I think that's still a very fair criticism. And to the moment, he hasn't been an efficient player. And when I was talking at this lunch yesterday, we were all talking about Acuff. It was G-Man and Mark Jones and Henry and I. Look at me name dropping here. But I think the thing we were talking about about Acuff was comparisons and what he could be and who he is. And I think as his career grows, he is going to have to figure out how, like, he is a good shooter. Like, I don't look at it as a mechanics flaw. I think right now it's an adjustment to finding ways to score against more NBA talented players. Teams are, if you looked at the very first game they played against Brooklyn, and I'm sure this happened at Arkansas, but I mean, they're running double teams at him, and they're running double teams at him with 6'6" to 6'8" wings that, you know, I've said this before, if they're playing the Minnesota Timberwolves on opening night, there's a decent chance they're putting someone like Jaden McDaniels on him, who's one of the league's best defenders, who is 6'8", 6'9". I mean, it just arms for days. That's going to be a problem for Darius Acuff. But what happens when you get in the league is you figure out how you're being schemed against, and then to truly become a great player in the league, you adjust. And I don't know why, if Darius Acuff is going to become a great player, these adjustments happen for Allen Iverson. I'm taking on smaller guards here. Isaiah Thomas is a King. Isaiah Thomas is a Piston. At Isaiah Thomas, smaller guards. Let's see. Jalen Brunson, who just won the finals and finals MVP. I'm not saying he's any of these guys. What I am saying is they had to go through it. Now, Iverson had the distinct ability to, I mean, he was just so quick. So that was his superpower. What Brunson has kind of turned into, you guys watch him. I don't look at him as the quickest guy in the league. He's very strong. He's very physical for a guard. He uses his body and your body against you and has created enough space and figured out what that space is to get shots off in traffic. I mean, he played the longest guy in the league in Victor Wembanyama and still found ways to get contested shots in the paint over him at times and others. And he's also in year 8. He didn't do that right away, but you saw early on that he had some ability. Now, he's also a second-round pick, but he's also a winner. Like, this guy's just been a proven winner, a worker, and Acuff, by all accounts, is willing to work on his game, has worked on his game. He's 19, and I think you just look at a guy that is showing you flashes of what he could be. Yeah, shooting 30%, that's not going to cut it. But I also don't know that that's going to happen every night. And maybe that's something that happens in his rookie year. And maybe year 2, if that's a 32% shooter, jumps to 40 or 38. All right, now you're seeing the improvement. And again, those are drastic numbers. But there'll be nights where he's more efficient. There'll be nights where it's fallen. There'll be nights where he's awful. That's just the reality of a pro. But I want to see him handle those adjustments. But in the end, if you're also looking at it, does he do anything else for your team? He does, because of the way he handles the ball, because of the pressure he puts on the defense, because he passes and sets people up. He still is a productive player, even while shooting at a low percentage. At least that's my opinion on that. But thank you from the text, Joe from the 530. Excuse me, got choked up over that. All right, so still to come, much more on the show. We are going to wrap the show up, too, at the end, by the way, with Friday Fun and Games. We still have celebrity birthdays to get to and what's on deck. The high flyer, Henry Turner, joins us at 9. We got a River Cats report. We got who's hot, who's not. We go streaking. And up next, though, we're going to take a little bit of a breather from the NBA. We can get back into that, though, with you as well. World Cup over the next 2 days, what to expect, and a big win from France yesterday. Mbappe comes through. We'll talk some soccer next on Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. your flight would always be on time, and your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home and auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento River Cats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Wow, what is all this? These screens, the food.
All for the game, bro.
Let us pitch in.
No need. I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet with T-Mobile. I've got it all covered.
Goal! Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Credit stop if you cancel or change plans.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level. In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 44, Alex Smith stuns the Saints.
In one triumphant afternoon, playoff first-timer Alex Smith joined a pair of 49ers Hall of Fame quarterbacks with his own indelible postseason moment. Montana had the catch. Young had the catch, too. In January of 2012, Alex Smith stunned the Saints with a 7-play, 85-yard drive capped by the grab.
Alex takes the snap. Alex looking. Got it. The post, and it's got him. Come on. Touchdown. Touchdown 49ers. Vernon Davis with the play of his life. Alex Smith with the play of his life. And the 49ers are 9 seconds away from playing for the NFC Championship.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Show. It's gonna be fun to get those guys out here. I'll be out here through to Wednesday of next week as well. And we're brought to you by Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. We'll get into more NBA here, a lot more to get to. But let's check in with our guy, Dwayne. Dwayne, how you feeling this morning? Happy Friday.
Hey, Jay, what's up, man? Happy Friday, man. What's up with the homie?
We're doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good, man, but I hope everybody sees what I'm seeing, man. You know
What are
what
you
I'm saying?
seeing?
Detroit came out to Sacramento and hustled up, bro. They got that done, bro. A-Cuff, come on, bro. How could you be that inefficient during Summer League, bro? Against Summer League competition, how could you be that inefficient? I'll tell you why. It's bad shots, bro. I already see it. Allen Iverson, my ass, bro.
So you are concerned about his efficiency right now. This is bothering you.
Yeah, these are awful shots, bro. These are awful shots. Summer League, bro, he should be dominating. Neat Clifford should be out there scoring 30 points a game during this. He has a whole year of NBA under his belt, and he got plenty of minutes. How is he not out there scoring 30? So that's a red flag. You got to get a trade package. The Kings have got to trade some guys. Monk, Keegan. Everything's on the table except for Levine because he's $49 million in. You know what I mean? And he's going to start. You got Acuff and Levine starting in the backcourt, bro. They're going to get torched nightly by the other team's backcourt, bro. You got to make room for Sharp. You see how that guy is a dog out there. It is different. You can see the difference. He's actually in Summer League playing defense, bro, because that's the only way he knows how to play. So you got some moves to make, man. You got to get some defensive guys. Look at what Yaxel's doing. He would have been the perfect pick, and you could have traded down to get him. Yeah, Acuff is a big concern, bro. And anybody who's not seeing that is looking through purple lenses, man. I'm out.
Interesting. All right. Thank you, Dwayne. We appreciate you. We always love your perception and certainly your passion and your energy for the team. What's interesting is, I think efficiency, I don't want to dismiss it. I have seen, I think I did say it. I've seen some bad shots taken by Acuff. I would look at it this way for a couple things. One, I think they've got themselves a dude. I'm really not that concerned about Acuff. And if I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'll be wrong later. But we need more time to see him. There are more things pointing in a positive realm to me by Acuff by far. His ability to grasp the game, his ability to play the position as just a counter too. And you're not the first person to mention Yaxel, and he's played well. I thought that guy was also, let's remember, he's probably a little bit more polished, a little bit more refined. He's older. He's played a lot more basketball. Doesn't mean he doesn't have a higher ceiling. And I think he's going to be a good fit with a veteran Warriors team. I think that's a perfect pick for them, but because he'll just be ready to go. But to me about Acuff, if they didn't take him and they took Yaxel or let's say they didn't even take a point guard. They didn't have to take a point guard because of position of need, but then it would become an incredible position of need. They went from a team that had a surplus of guards a year ago with maybe 2 point guards in Westbrook and Schroeder to a team right now that I feel like has one true traditional point guard, and it's Acuff. So they would have been in a desperate need of that position. But again, you don't draft because of need. You draft because of a player you think can really help and blossom in your program. And I think they're going to give Acuff every opportunity with that. The Neek criticism, I don't know that I think he should be getting 30 points a game, but I do agree with you. I think he should be dominating more than he is. And I said this earlier, if you missed it, Dwayne, I'm going to compliment Neek in the fact that he lets the game come to him. But right now, I think this is a time where he needs to be more aggressive. It's like, look, I get it. I've seen you guys. I've played in this league. I've played against better players than are out here, and I've done better. And he's just been fine, but fine shouldn't be what he's accepting. Like Cardwell's looked better, looked like he's done more. Neek is fitting in, and they need him to do a little, or he should want to do more than that. In Summer League, this would be the time where you go, man, Neek Clifford's averaging 25, 20, whatever it is. Is he going to become a problem for the starting lineup? As of now, I look at him and go, he's going to be just a role player on the team for this year. Again, he's not a finished product either, but there are other people, like Sharp is making much more of a statement. Now, 6 of 20 for Acuff, that's a rough shooting day. Now, Sharp was 4 of 10. That's still 40%. That's not the best, but you also saw all the other things that Sharp did. I love what Sharp did. He was impressive. He did so many amazing things. But it was funny that Dwayne wants to make all these trades, move on. Like that to me is more of a panic move. I'm comfortable with this team trying to figure out and thread that needle between playing the couple of veterans that they have based on contract that, you can't just – Scott Perry has shown the discipline to not go, I'm just going to trade Sabonis for anything. Oh, we'll just get rid of Levine for anything. No, you can't do that. Well, you can. I think that'd be a foolish mistake. He's too sharp. He's done this too long. He's not going to panic in that. If the right move is there, he'll do it. But I think he's trying to transition out of those contracts. And the only one that they had real control over was DeRozan. And unfortunately, I think it's a move that, it's not going to really hurt the organization as far as the financial part, but the fact that they're going to owe him, a little bit of money every year. If you stretch it out like $3 million per over the next 3 years, I wish it was cleaner. And I wish it was either they traded something for him and got something in return, future assets, and didn't have that money tied up. It's not going to restrict them that much, but it's just still something that's sitting there in the background for the Kings. So interesting perspective, Dwayne. We always love your calls. You're always passionate and have good opinions and takes on that, but I'm not on board with all of them. I'm not there on a cuff. I think he's awesome. I think he's showing the ability to be awesome. Again, it's going to take bad shots. There's going to be more of that. I think when you've got a DNA of a shooter, of a scorer, of a creator, I think some of that just lives in you. And then over time, if he becomes a little bit better at shooting, which he's pretty good. I mean, just in the premise of it, those will start to go, or he'll start to take more that just don't even look like bad shots or tough shots. Like look at like great scorers in the league. You go, man, I don't think I would have taken that shot, but they made it and they have that ability to do it. So he's 19. He's got a ways to go. And if I'm wrong on it, I'll let you know for sure. Before we get to who's hot and who's not in our next segment and streaking, last night or yesterday, the World Cup continued, and we had France move on with a win over Morocco, 2-0. Today, coming up a little bit later, Spain versus Belgium, Norway, England, Argentina, and Switzerland tomorrow. The World Cup's been a lot of fun. I think it's been enjoyable. I think it's still grabbed a lot of people's attention. And whether it's the pageantry of country that you're rooting for, I think the other part to me that's been my highlight of the World Cup is being, someone that's observed soccer from the edges and from the outside, and hearing Chris and Dave talk about it and just hear about, you can't help but hear about Erling Haaland and Messi and Mbappe and some of these great soccer players in the world. And then the fact that when they get here to the game's biggest stage, they've been incredible. And I know we talked earlier, Chris and I did, about Mbappe missing the penalty kick, but he scored the first goal to put them up 1-0. They got another goal, and just they've been here, and Erling Haaland and Messi, and they've been high volume scores. They've captured the moment of the World Cup fans, of their countries, and I love it. It's like, if you see the biggest stars in a sport all gather and the big guns come through, that's what you got to love. So coming up today, like we said, it's Spain and Belgium, and I think we'd all be feeling a whole nother way if today coming up at noon, that was Spain versus the U.S. Just imagine that. But instead, a couple days ago, the U.S. bowed out, not with their head held high. They had a good tournament, but it was kind of just regressing as the tournament went along. They by far had their worst match. Their worst game by far was against Belgium. Just played at a level that we hadn't seen them play. And then now all the criticism is out there. And what will they ultimately become? The next run at it in 4 years. All right, when we come back, who's hot, who's not, we will go streaking. You got Friday Fun and Games. We got the High Flyer. We got a lot left here for you before we wrap things up and hand it over to Matt and Kayla. But more straight ahead right here on Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthabite.net.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026. From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Your concert lineup is stacked with can't-miss shows on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. It all starts July 19th when country legend Willie Nelson takes the stage at Ironstone Amphitheater. Then Cole Wetzel rocks Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic July 24th. August heats up with Santana and the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater August 8th. The Sacred Souls at Hard Rock Live Sacramento August 12th. David Lee Roth at Thunder Valley August 14th. And a huge night August 16th with Kane Brown at Ironstone Amphitheater and Toto at Toyota Amphitheater. Keep it rolling August 19th with the Black Crows and Whiskey Myers at Toyota Amphitheater. Ty Myers takes over Lake Tahoe Amphitheater August 22nd. September brings Sack Top for 2 back-to-back nights at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater September 11th and 12th. Then don't miss Leonard Skinner October 2nd at Ironstone Amphitheater and Ashley Cook October 10th at Ace of Spades. Stay up to date with every show on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. Find all the details at SactownSports.com.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
questions out and answers out. Who is hot? Chris, please tell us.
Kylian Mbappe.
Okay.
Kylian Mbappe scored yesterday for France in their 2-0 win over Morocco. He is now just one goal away from Lionel Messi for the most goals in World Cup history.
And is Messi still ahead this time for the Golden Boot for this year?
I believe they are tied with both of them.
They're tied now. Okay.
In their
and you were waiting on your power rankings of who the best soccer player is in the world. Is it? Are you down? Is it down to those three, or do you have other candidates between Erling Haaland, Mbappe, and Messi?
We'll see what Erling does today or Saturday.
Tomorrow. Yeah. But he's one of your candidates. You like all your guys.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy seeing the rest of the world find out about him.
About Erling Haaland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've got people that don't want to even watch soccer. It's like, hey, do you know who this Norwegian guy is? Yeah, I've been talking about him for 3 years.
Yeah, don't you see the jersey that I wear, every once in a while? Come on. Yeah, you are not new to the party there, that's for sure. Well, he is hot, and they are moving on. Yeah, because I remember him from the last World Cup. I don't know how old I don't even know how old he is.
Wasn't in the last World Cup.
He wasn't?
No.
What did I see him in, though?
Were you watching the Euros?
I guess, but I believe you. Gosh, I thought he was in the last World Cup.
No.
Okay. Well, he's hot. Who's not?
The Yolo County Athletics of California.
Did you have to?
They lost to the Detroit Tigers. They've got the worst losing streak in MLB right now at 6. Only won 1 of their last 10, and they are struggling.
Yeah, slip sliding away. We talked about them earlier about just how damaging this is to them right now, and even the bigger picture. If baseball truly does go through the lockout, is this going to be like our lasting memory of the A's in Sacramento? I was really hoping for some sort of playoff run. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but it was looking promising earlier. Not so much now. All right. Well, that's who's hot, and that's who's not. A reminder coming up in about 10 minutes of the high flyer, Henry Turner, former King, current member of our broadcast team with the radio side. He was out here watching the game yesterday, and we want to get his opinion on these guys. We'll ask him some of the questions, some of the concerns some of you have had out there about this squad, and some of the things you've liked. But I know one thing he's going to like based on sitting there watching the game with him and getting in hearing him over the last day or so. But let's go ahead and go streaking first.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
We're streaking. Well, let's see how we're doing here, in fact, on streaking. Not so much. Dave is at 0. I'm at 0. Chris is at 1.
It was great.
Is that a Dave and I?
Yeah.
Oh, just because you're at 1?
Better than you.
True.
Better than both of you combined.
You're right. But we have every opportunity to catch you today if we show that courage and fire and passion and knowledge. We'll start with Dave, who was at 0. He took Kike Hernandez.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
That's right. This is how much he loves LA, Chris. He's on vacation. He submitted that pick. He's like, you know what? I don't even know what's going on out there, but I love LA so much. I'm going to take a member of the Dodgers on a day when they don't even play. Nice job, Dave. He loves LA. It's fact. So he stays at 0.
It was great.
I took Junior Caminero against my Yankees. It could hurt the team that I support, that I love, that I root for. Junior Caminero got up 4 times. Junior Caminero hit a home run and had an RBI. So my streak goes to 1. Chris, Remind everybody. Well, I'll tell everybody who you picked. You took Otto Lopez.
My name is Otto.
Let's find out if he's automatic. Otto Lopez got up 3 times. Chris, how did he do?
My name is Otto.
Matic. 3 plate appearances, 1 hit, 2 RBI. Chris is now at 2. I'm at 1. Dave, dead last on the show at 0. Speaking of this Friday,
It was great.
I'd like to update the season-long stats. Remember, Chris, when Dave was bragging about being the Triple Crown leader?
I do.
Well, he is now batting .253 with 6 home runs and 29 RBI. So without unveiling anyone else, he is the show leader in the Triple Crown. I'm batting .224. Oof. So Dave is better than me there. I also have 6 home runs, and I have 24 RBI. So Dave is leading me in average and an RBI. We're tied in home runs, but we get to you. Chris, you are batting a show best .274. You're 1 home run behind us, and you're 1 RBI behind Dave with 28. That's right there. It's right there for you. But good. We can't have him win the Triple Crown, and he won't. Did he submit a pick to you from his vacation
Not
today?
yet. I'm guessing it's a Dodger that's not going to play.
Yeah, probably. Now we'll continue to follow that theme. Chris, who are you going to go with today?
I'm going to go with Yandy Dandy Diaz.
Oh, Yandy Dandy as Tampa Bay. Now that they're done with the Yankees, that's a smart pick. Yandy Diaz for Chris. I am going to take today. Look at this earlier. I want to make sure I confirm this. Yeah, he's pitching. He's hitting. He does it all. I love LA. Nope.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
Shohei, let's go. I got to get on a streak. Usually when I pick him, he hits a home run. So let's go. Let's go, Shohei. Hit a home run for me. Get me farther up that Triple Crown lead on the show. All right. 3 hours are complete for you here today. We have got more show to get to. When we start the final hour, it's a jam-packed hour for you. We will hear from the high flyer, Henry Turner. He is here in Las Vegas. He watched the Kings. He called the California Classic as well. The former King will give us his perception on what he's seen so far, what other things need help for the Sacramento Kings. We also have celebrity birthdays, what's on deck, and Friday fun and games, and an action-packed final hour on this Friday. That's all coming up here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Well, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud with you here. Dave is on vacation. We are coming to you live from Las Vegas. This city is unlike many out there, as we're here for Summer League. The Sactown Sports 1140 crew will be out here in full force next week. Thanks to Power Business Technology, will be your eyes and ears for all things Kings, all things Summer League. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. As we know that we will have the Drive guys out here next week. I'll be out here for a few more days as well. And we've got lots of Kings participants out here, including my guy, the ex-King, the high flyer, Henry Turner, who is joining us from Las Vegas. HT, you're like 3 floors above me. How come we're just not hanging out in the same room right now? Do we have HT? Is he are you hearing him, Chris? Oh, Henry might be muted. We'll see if we can get Henry connected here. Because I see him. He's looking good. He's looking ready to go. But I'm not quite hearing him yet. I know he's just a couple floors above me. But we'll get this sorted out. We're working on it. These are some of the technical things we work on during the show, on the fly. But he is here. He's going to have, I'm telling you, you're going to want to hear some of the things Henry has to say, because we were watching the game together yesterday, and he called the California Classic with the G-Man, Bob Gerald, myself, and Henry knows his basketball, obviously, but he's got some good opinions on what he's seen, and so still some things that needs to get better too. Obviously, we've had differing opinions, people on the show, some people with some strong takes, others that have been very, very optimistic about what they see, and while we continue to effort Henry. I'll read some of those texts too. Let's see. I wanted to get to some of these. Someone was talking about, we had the caller Dwayne earlier, and that's fine. Dwayne was pretty strong opinion against Acuff, but let's see. We had a 916. Jason mentioned this. They could have taken Wagler. He looked awful compared to Acuff last night, and he was picked before Acuff. Well, true. But again, I'm going to give Wagler much more time than just one game as well. Craig in Wisconsin. Love what I'm seeing, J. Ross. Can you squint and see 2 years into the future with Acuff at the point, Sharp or Neek at the 2, Caravan or Neek at the 3, Max is a stretch 4, and Cardwell manning the 5? Try not to get too excited, Craig in Wisconsin. I mean, history would suggest no, just based on, teams change too much. But there are elements there that I could see, yes. Some of that, in some way, shape, or form, could be part of the equation. So as you try to put it all together, that's what this is about. That's exactly what this is all about, trying to put all of the pieces together in Summer League, where you're testing, you're learning, you're trying to figure things out. We've told the story many times of the California Classic. I don't know how many years ago this was now, but think about where Bam Adebayo is in his career. He was going into year 2, and we heard word before we were broadcasting that Miami was going to put Bam in the point guard position. We're thinking, what? Is that where his future is? No, it wasn't. But they wanted him to go through those kind of reps in the Summer League just to see how it would be to bring the ball up, to be more of a offensive facilitator. They felt like that would be a good kind of procedure for him to go through so he could learn his game, learn more about the game, learn more about setting up teammates. And I would say over time, that's been a nice adjustment for the Miami Heat. So that's what Summer League is about. And when it's the Vegas Summer League, you're now dealing with rookies and second-year players. You're trying to identify where they fit on the Summer League roster and then project where they could fit on your bigger club. And when you draft a guy like Acuff, 7th, every indication is this needs to be a piece, a dude, a major player in your organization for however long he's there. And by all indications, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a guy that is going to continue to figure out ways to score in this league. It's in his DNA. His ball handling is really good. His passing, his vision, that's sharp. His shooting, he's a high-volume shooter. He's been one, and he said it in the postgame last night. He was not happy at all with his efficiency, and that's good. He's tough on himself. He should have been, and he'll continue to work at it. So we'll see if we're able to sort this all out. Chris, do we have an update there on Henry, or are we still working on things? Okay, we're still working on some things there, and we appreciate your patience, everyone else's patience out there, Henry's patience too, because I know he was ready for this, and we saw him briefly there, but we'll get all this ironed out here. So if you think about it too, now it's the next game. The Kings will play on Sunday. They were scheduled to have a practice today. They are taking the day off today. They'll work out and probably practice tomorrow and then game. I mean, this is kind of the reps of the season, right? Where you learn that, there's not as much practice time. It's really about, film session, game planning, scheming, keeping your body right, and then getting ready for the next game. And the seasons just fly by. It doesn't seem like they do, but every player that's been through it, Henry can say that too. They fly by. And now that for him, he's past his career and you just get into the year. It's like, it always seems like those first 20 games kind of take a while. And then boom, before you know it, it's the All-Star break. You're past the halfway point and then the season goes. And so it will be important to get continued growth during this summer league, continued opportunities to put guys even in different positions or learn more. And, some of the things we've learned so far that we addressed earlier, a guy like Emmanuel Sharp, who you take in the second round, like a second round pick is almost like, let's see what we can do. Let's see if this is someone that can fit in. And Emmanuel Sharp has come in and not just fit in, he has planted the flag and made his presence felt. I mean, he has been clearly a difference maker, a disruptor defensively. And you feel him. You notice him. He continues to impress and will become a person that coaches have to think about where they and when they want to play him. I'm sorry, Chris, did you say something in my ear? Oh, he's on the phone. Okay, good. Well, at least we adjusted, we adapted, we work on the fly. And so we bring in the high flyer, Henry Turner. HD, appreciate you trying to make everything work there via the video, but we're glad we have you on the phone. How are you this morning?
Hey, here's the deal. It's against the law to have somebody up at 9 o'clock in the morning in Vegas, but that's okay. I'm going to do this. Yes, again, believe me, breakfast is on you this morning, big fella.
I am more than willing and able to do that. I was already telling the story earlier, Henry, about how you and I had our taste buds ready for pizza when we got in yesterday, and we went to our place here and couldn't believe it didn't open until 10 at night. But we went back, and it was packed. That place knows what they're doing, don't they?
Yes, it was heart-wrenching at the time, Jason, but it was well worth the wait. I have to say that.
Yeah. Well, you and I got a chance to watch this game together yesterday. We'll be here for a couple days to watch more basketball. We called the California Classic today, and I'm going to kind of go player by player with you, but I want to start with a guy I spent a segment on earlier in the show because, in your words, you were saying yesterday, he's going to be a problem for people, for other teams, for the Kings in minutes. Like Emmanuel Sharp, Henry, when you get drafted in the second round, you want to just, okay, I got to get noticed. I got to let this team know that I can be in this league. He's gone above and beyond that, and he's creating problems for other teams out there. He's making shots. His defense is impressive. Just tell me what you see, what you think when you watch Emmanuel Sharp.
You know, Jason, I mean, you hit it right on the head. You know, when we first seen this young man, I said, this young man is going to be a problem. And it's going to be a problem here in Sacramento because now you have a Doug Christie guy. You have a Scott Perry guy. This young man, I haven't met him yet, Jason, but I really think his head is on straight. I really think he understands the situation that he's in. He's a second rounder. Second rounders have to really come in and make an impression on the organization. They have to really stand out. You really have to bring something to the team that no other guy is bringing, and this guy is doing just that. I mean, defensively, he's a dog. He's ready. He is all over his opponent. I talked to Doug last night. Doug was in the corner salivating over this young man just by the way he plays on the defensive end. And then he can take a shot. He can knock down perimeter three-point shots. And this is at the two-guard position to where I don't think we've had a two-guard this tenacious on the defensive side in a very long time. Most two-guards are scorers only. This guy plays both sides of the ball. So when you say a problem, yes, he's going to be a problem for the adversary, but he's going to be a problem because this young man is going to have some minutes.
I was saying the same thing, Henry, and I agree with you. And I listed, look, in the 41 years this team has been here, including the time you played here, your couple stints, there's been two players that have made all defensive team, and it's been Doug Christie and Ron Artest. That's it. This has not been an organization that's been known for it. There's been guys like Randy Browns and Michael Animal Smith, those kind of guys, and he's kind of in that realm where it's like, man, you got to play him for his defense. And I don't want to sleep on his offense because he does hit enough of those threes. But I feel like his defense is so advanced, and maybe it's all his years in college and playing for Kelvin Sampson. But again, that guy is in your face from the second, and he's changed games in the California Classic. He changed the game last night. The Kings just haven't had anybody like him in a long, long time. I'm excited to see what he can do with this squad.
I am too, Jason, and I think it's the situation of, the team being so desperately in need of a defensive presence, no matter what position that you are in. When you see a young man come out, I think that's why we all were so enamored with Dylan Cardwell last year. Mm-hmm. A guy that was going up blocking shots, a guy that was going up, getting rebounds and really protecting the rim. We fell in love with this young man in really a half a year. So when you have another player to come in, now you got a guy that's out at the three-point line defending that way, being that tenacious, and you got a guy at the rim blocking shots. You're starting to build a defensive-type squad, and this is what the Kings wants to do.
Yeah, and they've been light on that. I want to ask you about some more of the first-year guys before we get into some of the second-year guys and maybe where this team is going. Let's start with the pick. They picked the highest, Darius Acuff Jr., you've seen him now for the couple of games of the Classic and last night. What are your impressions of what you've seen from the lottery pick?
I like the young man. I really do. When you see him out there on the basketball floor, you're not looking at him saying, oh, man, we got this guy. No, you're very impressed by his play. Number one thing that impresses me about Darius Acuff is that he plays at his pace. You can't speed him up. He doesn't slow down. He isn't erratic out there. He plays at his pace at a very smooth pace. Love that for a young player. Can handle the basketball. He's very slick with the ball. He's very confident. He gets in the traffic. He can run those pick and rolls, come out the pick and rolls. He can split them. He's able to do that. He sees the floor exceptionally well. I like that. I mean, he's hit players with passes that I'm like, oh, that's a great pass. Now, the players haven't been finishing them. They haven't showed up in the box score, as assists big time for Darius, but the pass has been there. So, that's all that you can ask this young man for. He's able to shoot the basketball, and he's able to get to the cup and score. Now, none of his attributes really stick out as far as scoring and getting to the cup and score until you say, oh, he's going to be a great player, but he's capable. He hasn't had a night to where he has went off and really shot the basketball well, but you can see this young man has that in him. And, for a number 7 pick for the Kings, I think they made a good choice.
He was pretty critical post-game last night, Henry, of his own game. He was mad about his efficiency or lack of it, and that's been the case, as you said. He hasn't shot the ball well yet. We've had a couple people kind of really concerned about that so far. I guess maybe a two-part question. One, are you concerned about his efficiency? And two, do you think it's better when he's likely starting around Levine, Sabonis, Murray, and maybe the shot number goes down, maybe it opens up more things for him? How do you think those two things kind of play out?
I think when he has other players out there too, because like right now, he's the focal point. We always talk about being that guy, being the number one guy. Teams go after you. They look to guard you. They bring double teams. Guys are looking at you to stop you. So he's getting a lot of that, not just beating his man off the dribble. He's got a lot of guys coming over from weak side help and things like that. So, having a guy like a Levine out there to where his man is not going to help, having a guy like Sabonis out there, his man is not going to help. It opens the floor for you just to be one-on-one with your guy. And the dude is quick and slick enough with the ball to where he can beat his guy one-on-one and get to his shot.
Talking with Henry Turner, the high flyer, former King, member of our radio broadcast team out here in Las Vegas, as we're checking out Summer League action. A couple of returning guys. You mentioned Dylan Cardwell. We haven't seen Max yet. He may play in the next one. And then Nick Clifford. Important second year, that jump, Henry. You know it. From rookie year to second year, there's just more of a comfort. The league. Let's kind of go almost. Well, we haven't seen Max yet. So let's ask you about Cardwell and Nick. What do you see from them, and what more do you want to see from them?
Cardwell is just a big ball of energy. If I have to compare Cardwell to any other NBA basketball player that I've watched, I would say he's pretty much DeAndre Jordan. He really is. He's a big guy. He's very limited on the offensive side when you talk about skill, but he's elite when you talk about blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, and finishing above the rim. Now, Chris Paul made DeAndre Jordan an all-star. We all know that. But DeAndre Jordan wouldn't have been that without Chris Paul. So Dylan Cardwell at this particular juncture in his career, he's going to need some help, or he's going to need somebody to get in his ear and say, hey, this is how you play, and this is how you're going to be able to succeed on this basketball team. But is Dylan Cardwell going to be able to help the Sacramento Kings? Oh, no doubt, in a big way.
Yeah. How about Nick? How about Nick in year two?
Nick Clifford. Nick is going to have to take a jump. He really is, because, like you said, he's got guys behind him that came in and it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a long jam at that 2-3 spot. We still have Malik Monk at the 2-3 spot. We're going to start off with Levine at the 2-3 spot. So you bring in Nick Clifford at the 2-3 spot. Now we got the rookie at the 2-3 spot. And then I think Mobo, who's coming in, he might play a little bit at that 3 spot. We want to slide Keegan over to the 3. So that 2-3 spot is going to be a log jam.
Yeah, and I think as the way the roster is constructed, Henry, and we look ahead to the start of the season, the one spot that might be a little light is the 4. I mean, I know Keegan's played it. Maybe that's not his ideal spot. Maybe Hunter can play it. I don't know if that's his ideal spot. Maybe Sabonis should play it, but he's going to play 5. You got Max and Cardwell, more traditional 5s, I guess. Is that 4 spot, you think, going to go to Precious? Is it going to be kind of open? We were discussing that earlier, trying to figure out who might be that starting 5. What's your read on kind of how they'll handle that, maybe that power forward position for the season?
Right now, Jason, if we had to start the season today, I think they probably would slot Precious into that spot. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't, be like, boom, Precious is at the spot. But I think that if the Kings can somehow manage to find a legitimate starter at the 4th position, I really think Precious is a great guy to come off the bench. If you really want to put it in context, Precious on a good team, and we're trying to make the Sacramento Kings a good team, Precious is a guy that comes off the bench for a good spot. Now, you can start him, but if you start the Precious, your squad probably is just an average basketball team. We're trying to get this team to where it's very much a good squad and a squad that can compete. So, the Kings are still looking at a 4, and that's if, like you said, you don't want to run Keegan at the 4, and you don't want to run Hunter at the 4. But we talked about that 3 spot is going to be a long jam there.
Yeah, you brought up Keegan. I was telling everybody earlier, Henry, about I'm calling it our power lunch, when it was me and you and the G-Man and Mark Jones all hanging out yesterday. We were talking a lot of basketball, and Keegan came up, and we all kind of agreed, look, everybody likes him. Great dude. Last year was just unfortunate. Just didn't play hardly any because of the injury. But it was a lost year, and that was about the time it's like, all right, either this jump is happening or maybe it's not. Well, he's now jumping up in salary, probably in responsibility. Feels like it's a really big year ahead for Keegan. What do you think about that and where he is right now in his career?
Jason, it really is going to be a big year for Keegan. And I'll tell you what, here's going to be the hard part for Keegan Murray, because the team wants to see a big jump. They want to see this guy really step into a leadership role because, let's just keep it real. At the end of the day, we're not counting long-term on Levine. We're not counting long-term on Sabonis. These are guys that they're still trying to transition away from. So when you start talking about a leadership role, they really want this guy to step into that role. And I'm talking about verbally. They want the guy to be that on the basketball floor. They want him to show that he's going to be the leader of this team. And with Keegan's demeanor, bro, I really don't see that. And a lot of people want to see a guy on the floor talking, yapping, getting guys together. Oh, yeah, he's a real leader. They want to see a guy with pretty much the bravado of a Malik Monk that bring guys together and say, hey, let's get this thing going. And I don't think Keegan is that type of guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. And you said something in there too. Oh, sorry, Henry. You said something in there too that go ahead.
No, I'm saying for Keegan to really, fulfill that role, he's going to have to come out and be a monster on the court. He is going to have to be a monster because he's lacking on that other side. So, we haven't seen Keegan whole summer. We don't know what's going on with Keegan. We've seen him sitting on the bench. We haven't seen him in no type of basketball situation. So, I'm hoping that Keegan comes out and you look at his body and you say, whoa, he is right. I hope he comes out and you see him on the basketball court. You're like, okay, Keegan didn't have that last year. He's going to have to really show something this year.
I agree. As we're talking with the high flyer, Henry Turner, I want to take you back to your playing days, and I feel like it's a little bit different now, but you said something that I think is a reality where the Kings, were in a spot where they were going to wait and see if Zach LaVine would opt in. He did. Made sense that he would. We know that they were looking at potential spots to move Domantas Sabonis. It looks like he'll be a member of the Kings. And I think you're right, Henry. I think they ideally would like to move on from those guys, but they won't, and they're here and they can play. I mean, they were guys that have proven in this league. What's that like in the locker room when you have players that I think they'll be professionals? There's no doubt that's what they've shown, but maybe in the long term either won't be here or I don't even know if they don't want to be here, but they're probably not a part of the future, but they are a part of the present. And that seems like it's a weird kind of dynamic. What's that like for the other players and even for them knowing that, hey, I don't know how long my future is here with this organization?
Well, Jason, I can tell you, I can tell you how I see things that have happened that way when we play. Like I said, it's a little bit different now, but at the end of the day, you have a Zach LaVine. He makes $40+ million. You have Sabonis. He makes almost 50 or maybe 50-something million and has another year under his contract, right? These guys are not hurting for money. So at the end of the day, they're not going out on the basketball court saying, I have to play for my economic future. Their economic future is pretty much solidified right now. So, basketball teams don't have that, that carrot dangling over their heads. Zach LaVine knows that his career isn't over. He's going to have another year next year. So it's about it. You know, so they know that victory is not going to end in Sacramento. But the problem is that, and you know, and I think with the insurgence of Instagram and all the social media things and so much things for guys to read, when you sitting there as a player and you knowing that your team is trying to trade you, like back in the day, you didn't know what the hell was going on until you got traded, and you see on Sports Center, you're like, oh man, I've been traded. Okay, you know.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's so much out in your face, and everybody's talking about it. And the Kings did the right thing. They tried to move on, but it just didn't happen that way. So now you got to switch gears, Jason, pull the reverse, and come in and talk to these guys, and look at these guys and say, okay, fellas, I know we tried to trade you. We tried to move on from you, but now we need you.
Yeah.
That is a difficult spot to be in if you are an organization. You know, a player has to be a real, two-time professional to say, you know what, I know you're trying to move me, but okay, for right now, I'm going to come out and give you my best and try to make your organization look the best that it can possibly be.
We spent most of this time, Henry, talking about the Kings, as we should, but wanted to get your thought too. We watched 1 versus 2, Dabonsa versus Peterson last night. You were there for the building, in the building. We're going to see these guys in this league for years to come. What did you think of that matchup last night?
Ooh, that was a rumble in the jungle. That was a rumble in the jungle. But I'll tell you what, this is what I got out of that. Because, like I said, all basketball players have egos. I'm sorry. It's just what's in us. And you could tell last night that both of those players knew that it's you against me. And that's what the people are here to see. And AJ came out and said, I'm going to show everybody in an NBA atmosphere, I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
I am straight out better than you. Yeah, you were predicted for a long time to come out number one. No. I'm the number one. Now, we watched the game. Did you see the one play where they finally switched off and it was AJ against Duren Peterson? The crowd went crazy. The reason why I say AJ won that because it was the way he was passing that basketball. He sized Duren up, boom, 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 and went right at him. And I'm sorry, the dude's size, the dude's length, the dude's motor, there's no rookie better than him right now. I can tell you right now, he's going to the Mount Rushmore of rookies this year.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. It's been fun to watch the Summer League action, certainly at California Classic out here in Vegas. I know we're just 3 floors apart. I do owe you that breakfast, Henry. We'll hook up here after the show. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man, hurry up, man. I'm hungry.
That pizza didn't hold on that long, huh?
No, it's on the slant right now.
All right, that's the high flyer, Henry Turner, former King, and of course you hear him on our radio broadcasts each and every game. Thanks to HT. We still have a couple more segments to get to before we wrap up this show. It's Friday. We'll have Friday Fun and Games to wrap things up with Matt and Kayla. Up next, we got What's on Deck and celebrity birthdays. That's straight ahead right here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Rock fans, this one's for you. The Rolling Stones are back with the brand new album Foreign Tongues out July 10th. Experience powerful new songs, timeless rock and roll, and the unmistakable sound that has defined generations. From the band that helped shape rock history, don't miss your chance to pre-order today. Visit therollingstoneshop.com now and secure your copy of Foreign Tongues before the official release.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. It's the River Cats Report. What's going on with the Giants AAA squad? The River Cats Report.
It is time to tell you what's going on with River Cats. Let's see. We got tonight. They're in action at home. River Cats first 2,500 in attendance. Get the Bryce Eldridge T-shirt giveaway. Fresh the day after he hits a splash hit in the San Francisco waters yesterday. Saturday. Fireworks. Everybody loves fireworks. I think so. And Star Wars night. That's coming up on Saturday. And then Sunday, there'll be afternoon baseball. What's great about that? Kids get to run the bases post-game. So there's always a good time out at the ballpark. River Cats baseball. To find out about your tickets, go to rivercats.com. And that is your River Cats Report.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology.
That's right. Our thanks to Power Business Technology, our eyes and ears for all things Kings and Summer League. We're out here. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs. Out here through the mid of next week. The afternoon show will be out here all of next week. Our digital team, tons of Summer League content coming your way. And we appreciate Henry Turner, the high flyer, for joining us. We anticipate more guests all next week. We just kind of got in yesterday afternoon and getting settled. Kings are scheduled for today. They were scheduled to practice. They are now not practicing. Already taking days off. Man, got to commit to the craft. No, they're off today. They'll have a practice tomorrow and then the next game on Sunday after we saw the first offering last night. A win over the Clippers and some good and some bad, but more good, I would say, as they got their summer league started off the right way. Well, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. Chris, do we have more to our group right now?
We do.
There they are. Hey.
Who you can always count on.
Hi.
These two right here.
So am I hearing correctly? You have a full day off now in Las Vegas? After the show ends?
Do I know what I'm doing?
No, do you just have a full? He was just saying, do you have the full day off after?
Well, they're not practicing.
Right.
I'm still going to effort to try to get some things, but I don't know if that's, sometimes that's allowed, sometimes it's not. So as of now, Matt, you could be correct. Do you have suggestions?
No, I have no suggestions at all. I mean, I'm all for you loitering outside of the team hotel and just seeing what you can get. But, I mean, that can either be an expensive day or a very profitable day, depending upon what the free time that you have.
Are either of you gamblers?
No.
You know me. I play poker. Poker's my game.
Not a gambler.
Other than that, nope.
You could go to a day club at the pool.
Ooh, poolside Jason?
I can tell you a lot about that.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, that was my last trip to Vegas was, going to the pools and meeting,
Just use Kayla
Tony
Anderson's
Parker
name.
and crew.
Use Kayla Anderson's name at the clubs. You'll get in.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be totally fine.
That takes me a long way. It's worth it. It's worth
You're
trying.
pretty close to the sphere, Jason.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've never been. I mean, I've been by it not 100 times.
You could end up on the Dolan list.
I think right now, it's still Wizard of Oz going on right there.
Did you bring your clubs with you? You could golf in 130-degree heat.
I know. I've heard there's been people that have been out here playing, but I think you have to get out, Matt, at 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to get out really
I would
early.
not play day golf.
And you can't even go later. I left the game last night, and as soon as you walk out of the arena, you're like, oh my gosh. And it was, I don't know, 10 o'clock at 9:30 or 10, and it was, I don't know, 100 degrees. And the sun's not on you. It was like 100 degrees.
Yep.
My goodness.
Didn't Alan say the Backstreet Boys are at the Sphere?
July 16th, Jason, Backstreet Boys.
Ooh, there you go.
But it's the 10th. What do we got? Wizard of Oz, I think.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I don't know if I bet you it'd be cool in the Sphere, but.
Go see Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Actually, I've heard he's actually pretty good. I don't know. People have opinions on him. I've not seen him, but you guys been to a show in Vegas before?
I've never been to a show.
Blue Man Group I saw in Vegas.
Really?
And almost saw Bruno Mars, but last
That'd be
second bailed
cool.
out.
I would have liked to see Usher.
Wanted to see Adele too, but her tickets were way too expensive.
Was Bruno at Allegiant?
No, MGM.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had a what is that called? A residence at MGM
Oh,
Grand.
over at okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he had a residence there for a while. That was last time I was in Vegas, which was for Super Bowl. He was in Vegas.
Okay.
There's always shows. I'd go see a show because I've never seen one, but
But no gambling for you, Kayla? No blackjack,
I've
no
never
slots?
been interested in gambling.
She's too busy clubbing, man, hanging out with Tony Parker.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should try my luck. Well, that's right. I don't have any luck, so that's why I don't do it.
And Matt, do you brave the poker rooms in Vegas?
I do. Last time I was in Vegas, I played poker cash game, and I had a pretty good night.
Do they allow you to smoke cigs?
Not in the poker rooms, typically.
Okay,
But
that's
the
another
actual
reason.
casino floors, yeah.
I can't do that. I had asthma growing up, and if I'm around too much smoke, I'm done.
You can't hang around with me then.
You're a smoker?
He brings all the smoke.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's true.
Exactly. I do bring
very
all
true.
the smoke. Well, thank you guys for coming in early. Before we get next segment will be Friday Fun and Games. We got some birthdays to get to. What's coming up on the show today, guys?
Well, reaction to last night's Kings versus Clippers Summer League. J. Ross, I know you had to get to bed early. Were you able to, well, yeah, you said you were at the arena, so you got to see it in person.
Yeah.
I was smiling from ear to ear watching it on TV, especially those second and third quarter efforts and Emmanuel Sharp. So we'll be talking a lot about that today as well. as Domantas Sabonis making a big donation up in Gonzaga.
I called that one.
In Kayla's neck of the woods. So they opened the new Sabonis Family Strength and Conditioning Center, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to play a game, too, of NBA Summer League overreactions, which is an overreaction in which actually has some merit to it. So we'll do that today.
Okay, and I don't know if it's on your list, not to spoil anything from that, but I've been a little bit taken back, Matt and Kayla, about there's been people very worried about the efficiency of Acuff, and I'm like, it's a couple games. He hasn't shot the ball well, but he's been good.
Well, the only person that I'm happy to hear that from is Acuff himself, and I know you played his ESPN interview earlier today. We're playing his almost full 4-minute post-game media session that he did with like Sean Cunningham and Kevin John, who's also going to be on our show today from ABC 10.
Oh, great.
But, I mean, he's the guy that is talking about, I got to be better, I got to set up my teammates more. So I love hearing it from him. But, yeah, I'm not freaking out about the amount of shots that he's taken and shots that he's missing right now. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I'll go into it deeper because no one's going to defend Acuff more than me. So
Kayla will go to war with you if you don't like Acuff.
Well, good. All right. Well, let's get a few celebrity birthdays here on this July 10th before we get to Friday Fun and Games in our last segment. All birthdays for you guys first. So let's start with Sofia Vergara.
Who? She is.
No.
You don't know who Sofia Vergara is?
Give me a.
You absolutely
you'd know.
do.
Is she
Modern Family?
Oh, Modern Family.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Sophia is 48.
I think she's like 49.
54.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Christopher Ladd, 54 for Sofia Vergara. Antonio Brown. His real age, not his mental age.
Whoa!
Wow. What a bar. Antonio Brown is 37.
Yeah, I think he's 37.
35.
Matt and Kayla are closest, 38 today.
Okay.
Let's see. Jessica Simpson.
Oh.
Definitely know who that is.
These boots were made for walking.
Jessica Simpson.
Wait, did she do a version of that?
Yes.
Oh.
She did?
Yeah, when she was really skinny in like those booty shorts or whatever.
Oh, wasn't she in some movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in the Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Yeah.
She is 40.
Hell no. She's like 46.
45.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Kayla Anderson, 46.
Wow, big Jessica Simpson fan.
Happy birthday to new Hall of Famer going to Hall of Fame this year when the Hall of Fame game happens. Roger Craig of the Niners.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Raiders.
Roger.
Many people don't know this, but he had his finger taken off during a football game.
What?
They don't know
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people don't know that.
Which one? His middle one?
Roger is 68. I don't know. I have no idea.
No one's taking my middle finger, let me tell you that much. He's 67.
65.
Tie between Chris and Kayla, 66 today. Jawan Jennings.
All right, Jawan.
Ooh, Jawan Jennings is
Vikings?
Underpaid. He's also 29.
28.
27.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Matt George, 29.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Saints legend. I would say that defensive end, Cam Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Cam's up there, too, man. He's still playing.
Cam is 35.
36.
34.
Kayla's closest, 37. And the last one, Urban Meyer.
Herbs.
Urban is 63.
Yeah, 62.
65.
We have a correct answer. Kayla Anderson, 62.
That's
for
3 in a
Urban
row.
Meyer. Was that 3 in a row?
No, it wasn't. I was doing
because
the
I
bit.
didn't
Yeah, that's
Doing
get
the bit
whatever
from yesterday.
exactly right.
yeah, good bit.
I've been on a
All
roll
right.
the last 2 days.
You have been.
Very rare.
Well done.
It's 'cause
We're going to
Dave's
test
not
your
here.
knowledge, though, in a requested version of Friday Fun and Games.
Oh.
This is requested by Kyle Ledbetter.
Oh, no, it's at
So
the number
I like,
one.
you know what? As a shout out to Kyle, we're going to play the game he wanted us to play. We'll do that in Friday Fun and Games next.
Sactownsports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. Sactownsports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Live from Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, presented by Power Business Technology.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Friday Fun and Games. Friday Fun and Games. There he is. I know, it's a little tricky on remote, but we are ready to go. Kayla's ready. Matt's ready. They've got their show coming up here in just a few moments. It is time for Friday Fun and Games.
Oh!
And you know what that means.
Woo-wee.
We're playing the feud, guys.
Oh,
as
boy.
requested by Kyle
Cool.
Ledbetter. We're going to do it a little differently this time. We're going to play Fast Money with both Matt and Kayla. And then we'll start with Chris and Kyle because Kyle requested the game. So we'll be able to get each side in. So, Kyle, I know you're probably in the control room. If you could leave the control room, Chris has to run the board. And I don't want you to hear any of the questions or Chris's answers. So, Chris, you let me know when he's ready. Then the round 2 will have Matt and Kayla.
Wait, is
go.
Kyle supposed to be in today?
Oh, shoot.
Is he not?
Was he supposed to come in like right now?
I can go find him.
That's probably better for your show.
Is he not there?
No, he's here.
Oh, we got you!
I'm just like, all right, when Matt sold it too there for a second. All right, so did Kyle leave the room?
Kyle's leaving now. Get out, Kyle.
All right.
He was so confused.
Chris, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, you and Kyle are trying to get the 200 points needed to survive Fast Money, and then we'll have Matt and Kayla go to wrap things up today. So, Chris, name something a kid might bury in the backyard.
Homework. What?
Name a specific chore kids do in order to get an allowance.
Take out the garbage.
Name something you only want to do once.
Skydive.
Name something people postpone as long as possible.
Going to the dentist.
True.
And name something men probably lie about the most.
I lie all the time. What do they lie about all the time? That's
Name
the question.
Something men probably lie about the most.
Their age. I don't.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There you go. All right. So Chris's answers still leave Kyle out of the room yet. We're going to go through your answers. Name something a kid might bury in the backyard. You said homework.
Number one answer.
It's really funny.
Survey says 0.
Aww.
Like, I never buried something as a kid, so that's just weird to me.
Toy cars? I don't know.
Name a specific chore kids do in order to get an allowance. You said take out the trash. 26 points.
Ooh, big time.
Name something you only want to do once. You said skydive. 14 points.
All right. Not bad. Not
40.
bad.
Name something people postpone for as long as possible. You said going to the dentist.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Survey says 8 points. 48.
Okay.
And name something men probably lie about the most. You said, I don't know, age. 42 points.
What?
Number one answer?
Who's lying about their
there you go.
age?
You're up to 90. So let's bring in Kyle.
Kyle!
To play the feud.
You guys want to go find him?
I'll go get him.
Is this real?
Yeah, because we told him to leave.
Yeah, so.
Like, did Kyle go out of the? He went into the streets.
Yeah, he did. He literally did go somewhere into a room. Oh, yep, there he is.
I got him.
There he is.
Kyle's back.
He
Good
back.
job, Matt. Yeah, he back.
He back. He gone. He back.
All right, Kyle.
Yes, I heard Chris yell, but I don't know why.
Oh, he was yelling your name.
You will get the same 5 questions that Chris got. You need 110 points.
Ooh,
okay.
You got this.
To successfully win Fast Money, and then we will have it with Matt and Kayla. All right, Kyle, you ready? If you hear, if you say the same answer as Chris, I'll say, and then you get another opportunity to answer.
All right, sounds good.
Name something a kid might bury in the backyard.
A toy.
Name a specific chore kids do in order to get an allowance.
Take out the trash. Do laundry.
Name something you only want to do once.
Go to the dentist.
Okay. Name something.
I couldn't say my first answer.
Name something people postpone for as long as possible.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Name something people postpone for as long as possible.
Doing their taxes.
Okay. Name something men probably lie about the most.
Their height.
Woo!
Okay, there you go. Our answers are in. You need a 110 to make it. The first one you said, or name something a kid might bury in the backyard, and you have 90 points. You need 110. You said a toy. The number one answer for 60 points.
Whoa! That's huge.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Big
All
start.
right, name a chore that kids do in order to get an allowance. You said laundry. Survey said 0.
Wow. Yeah, kids don't do laundry.
Number 1 was wash dishes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And Verlad said trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Name something you only want to do once. You said go to the dentist.
My first answer was colonoscopy.
Oh, good one though. Seriously.
I didn't want to say that one because that was not going to be on
Number one
there.
answer.
0.
Yeah.
150.
What is the number one answer for that?
Number one answer. This is dumb. I didn't even want to say it. Number one answer was die.
That's what I was going to say.
I would actually
That's literally what I was going to say.
I would want to die more than once.
God. What are you, a cat?
Name something people postpone for as long as possible. I'm going to be generous here in liberties because you said what? Do their taxes?
Yeah.
I think paying bills would equal that.
Yeah.
And so 186. You got 36 points there.
Oh, there we go.
Down to the
So
last
you need
one.
14 to do it. Name something men probably lie about the most.
Yeah,
You
this
said
is it.
height
You got
for
it.
14 points. Survey says 0.
What?
I cannot believe it. Age was
What?
number 1. Being single. Their income, success with women, job title, and weight.
Success with women.
Wait, do they lie about being single, or are they in a relationship and they lie that they are single?
I wasn't there for the survey. All right, we need.
I can't
Matt,
believe that. That's
Matt or
disappointing.
Taylor going first.
I left last time, so you have to leave this time.
last time.
That was Kayla, Jason, if you couldn't tell.
Kayla, you mocking me.
With a spot-on Matt George impersonation.
It's pretty
That
good.
was spot on. All right, Matt, good luck to you. You ready?
Thank you. I'm ready.
All right, name something you might climb a tree to get.
A cat.
Name something men hate losing.
Money.
Name something you might. Wait, sorry. Oh, yeah. Name something you might catch up on.
Sleep.
Name something people try to get. Excuse me.
You go.
Name
You
something
okay?
people try to get out of.
Jury duty.
Name something you'd hate to discover expired.
Milk.
Okay. Matt's answers are in. Matt, let's start with the first one. Name something you might climb a tree to get. You said cat. Survey said 42 points.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just
Name
clap for
something
myself. Don't worry
men
about it,
hate-
guys.
Woo! Good
Name
job.
something men hate losing. You said money. Survey said 29 points. You're
All
now up to
right.
71.
Gotta go
Name
quickly.
something you might catch up on. You said sleep. Survey said 29 points.
Wow.
So you're up to 100. Name something people try to get out of. You said jury duty. Boop. 30 points. You're at 130.
Wow.
Name something you'd hate to discover expired. You said milk. 18 points. 148 for Matt. Let's bring in Kayla.
Kyle's
done,
going
Matt.
to get it. Thank you. I think I stole the obvious answers, though. Kayla might struggle with the.
Obvious one for what you don't want to lose.
Yeah, I thought about
Hey,
it.
watch it. Watch it.
I thought of it. She doesn't know yet.
Had time to go pee and everything.
All right.
Great.
Kayla.
Cool.
Kayla, you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news is you have to get 52 points. That's also the good news. Matt got you 148.
Come
Lovely.
on. Come
If you
on,
don't get
Kayla.
52, it's an epic fail.
All right.
let's
You
see how
can't
do.
botch
All right, here we go.
this.
If you hear the answer, I'll go, if Matt said it. Here we go. Name something you might climb a tree to get.
Cat. A kite.
Name something men hate losing.
Hair.
Name something you might catch up on, that you might want to catch up on.
Sleep. Bills.
Name something people try to get out of.
Going to work.
Name something you'd hate to have to discover that it expired.
Mayonnaise.
All right, here we go. You need 52 points. Let's start with the first one. Name something you might climb a tree to get. You said a kite. That gets you 11.
Woo!
You're at 159. Name something you men hate losing. You said hair. 26 points. What is that? 185. You're 15 away.
Come on.
Name something you might catch up on. Bills gives you 9. 194. You need 6 points. Name something people try to get out of. You said work. 18 points.
Yeah! Didn't even need mayonnaise.
Good thing because mayonnaise was 0.
Yeah, because does mayonnaise expire?
I don't even know. How about food?
Well done, you guys.
Thank you.
Cool.
Well done.
Have fun in Vegas.
All right, thank you. Enjoy the show. Matt and Kayla are coming up. We'll be back here from Vegas on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.